Good evening, one and all. It is Wednesday, it's patch day. It is, of course, the release of Lavos Prime. Welcome on in, everybody. Hope you're doing well where you are around
Hey
the
ho everyone,
world.
hope you have a wonderful rest of the week and a great stream today. Kengi Spanner.
And Malik with the 40-month resub. Thank you very much for continuing support on the channel. Much appreciated. Cheers indeed for that. Cheers indeed. Oh, yes indeed. It is Lavos Prime Day. It is indeed Lavos Prime Day. Fight with the request for yellow for the gold on Lavos Prime. Yep, sure. I've got a yellow one. It's right there. There we go. Will I buy the Prime bundle given that it is Lavos? No. Don't you see? I have the ability to farm, and farm I shall. Because despite it being Lavos, I am still the engineer. My care for cosmetics is at an all-time low. So, yes, I intend to farm. I intend to play the game, not simply buy my way through it. No. But for those of you who would like to get your hands on a pack and aren't yourselves buying your way through it, there is every opportunity, or at least a singular upcoming opportunity, to get your hands on a Lavos Prime Access pack. I haven't announced it as yet, but those of you who are regulars of this community know how it goes. Absolutely, there will be an announcement within the next day or so. I will be announcing formally a Lavos Prime Access pack giveaway, and I am going to be scheduling it for Sunday. So make sure you have your schedules open. Make sure you have the opportunity to drop in on stream on Sunday as well for your chance to win the complete Lavos Prime Access pack. Courtesy of DE. I'll be making the full announcement for that on Discord, on Blue Sky, on YouTube, on all of those in the next day or so. Sunday at what time? The night 111. You're not a new person to this channel. I can see that lovely gold badge next to your name, so I'm going to bounce this back to you. At what time do you think I will be running a giveaway? If you had to try and maybe conjure up a possibility, what time do you think? And if you get it wrong, like J Shards very easily did, that's on you. Reflects nothing on me. Your EST, so 5 PM? Your EST, what the Eastern Standard Time, Canadian Time, especially, it's where D time. Okay, yeah, so between 2 and 5 PM, yes. Your time. Time zones are stupid? Time zones are fine if people just relate the time zones. Great man, thank you very much for the 22-month resub. Much appreciated on that. Cheers, and once again, you got your Lavos Prime cooking. My, you're on that fast. Fair do. Fair do indeed. Yeah, the problem with time zones is that time zones are absolutely fine and can be communicated reasonably, except for the bit where everyone feels the need to only use their local time zone when speaking internationally. And so I find myself having to frequently Google, what the hell is a PST, a DST, an EST, a ETC, an ALF, an RQN. I'm like, what are all these initials? Why are we trying to figure out what bloody airport you're flying from? I asked for a time zone. UTC exists? I know, right? UTC, a Universal Time Code, or whatever it stands for, where you can just remember whatever your time zone is to UTC, and then everyone communicates in one time zone. How this hasn't become standard, I don't know. It is genuinely confusing to me how time zones have not become a standard to just be communicated internationally in UTC. All you know is yours is plus 12, and that's all you would need to know, J Shards. If everyone used UTC, that's all you would need to know.
Lavo Prime hype.
Jellyfish0413, thank you very much for resubscribing that. Up onto 4 months now. Much appreciated. Cheers. Jellyfish, you've worked through all the numbers in your name. I suppose the next one will be 13. Start combining digits. But yeah, what's the rarity distribution of new primes? We'll have a look at that in just a second. I'm still complaining about time zones. Seriously, I know that my time zone is UTC plus 0. Or if I'm in summertime, I know it's UTC plus 1. I know that DE is UTC minus 5 or UTC minus 4 during their summertime. this is the value of UTC. You don't need to know all the different time zones, all the different locations. You just know UTC and your relation to it. So if you go, I want something to happen at 8 p.m., but I am UTC plus 3, so that would be 3 away from that, UTC 5 p.m. Excellent. And you just say 5 p.m. to people. 5 p.m. UTC. And everyone in their own then knows, yes, I am related to UTC by this time. Easy. But no, everyone has to use their local bullshit. Everyone has to use their local stuff. Let's just cringe for international communication. Anyway, now I've got that out. Mantis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to the community. This gone out to Golf Axolotl, to Hero Tenebarum, to Comet Strike 13, to Random 65, and to... I think I'm misreading that one. I'm going to go with Car. Yeah. Mantis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to the community there. Much appreciated. Cheers indeed. Alright, let's have a look then at the Lavos relic, shall we? And all the related bits and pieces, because it's Lavos, Cedo, and Jul Zoran. So, Lavos Prime to start with. Somehow I already have 3 of them. I'm just that good, apparently. Alright then. Sure. Oh, I've already got those. Oh, good lord, would you look at that. Adam Malik with the 10 gifted subs out to the community. My word. Addy, thank you very much for that there. That's gone out to Ryonic Gaming, to Fire Ferogi, to Butterman. I think that's Butterman. To a Smart Duck, to Stray Sign Wave, to Space, to a Moose IRL, to Raxzenif, to Emdre, to Shiny Nidorino. Adam Malik, thank you very much for the gifted subs there. Out to community, much appreciated. That is still our first place, I suppose. Yeah, you were the first to 10. Yes, that is how that works. You were the first to 10 this month. Oh my, we are already partway into a level 5 trainer list. So let's have a look here. So the Neo relic is Lavos Prime Chassis Blueprint. It's on the common, which is real nice. Although it did have to be the relic, I've already got a bunch of. I have now got then the Lavos Prime Blueprint is an Axie Uncommon. Okay, at least it's Axie Uncommon, not Axie Rare. It's always the Axies that make me concerned, but we're fine on this one. And look at that Lavos relic with a Foreman piece in it. It just feels right, doesn't it? It just feels right.
Kangi can pat.
Tiger the Ruffy, thank you very much for resubscribing. They're up onto 5 months as well. Much appreciated there, Tyken. Cheers indeed. Cheers indeed. Alright, Lith Relic. We then have the Lavos Prime Systems. Of course, there's rare. It's on the Lith though. A rare on a Lith is very manageable, so I do like that. Very, very manageable. And then on the Miso, Lavos Prime Neuroptics is an uncommon. So we got 2 uncommons, 1 common, 1 rare, and the rare is on the left. This is a very manageable one. It's a very nice one. In fact, looking across it as well, wherever there is a former blueprint, it is never an uncommon one. So these relics are good for general opening, as well as for getting Lavos. This is brilliant. It does have a form on every single one of them, so there's always a common former available. Whenever you're farming Lavos. Hope again hasn't read Support T-Lounge recently. Look, if I go over there and I find something that needs moderating, I'm not going to be happy. Oh, look at that. Are you talking about the people who got double Lavos drops on their relics? Because, honestly, good for them. Anyway. We also have the Cedo relics. I don't yet have any of these. That's how it should be. Cedo, uncommon prime receiver on the Axie. We have a common for the Cedo Prime stock on a Lith. The Neo is a rare for the Cedo Prime Blueprint. And the Cedo Prime Barrel is another uncommon. So again, 1 rare, 1 common, and 2 uncommons. Quite manageable. Quite manageable indeed. So go on, Jules Oren. Hurt me. Interesting. 3 relics. Jules Zoran Prime Blade on the rare on the Neo. We have an Axie and a Lith no Miso. That's slightly awkward for farming. And go on, it's going to be doubles, isn't it? Yep, it's 2 handles, 2 blades. Ooh, okay. Now the handles are commons. So it's 2 commons, 2 rares, and an uncommon. That is more manageable. The common does come from an Axie relic, which is a little bit more awkward, but still very manageable. But yes, having to go doubles up on the rare Neos isn't the ideal output, but it's fine. What MR on the new primes? Good question. MR 13 for the dual Zoran. For the Cedo, it is MR 15, and for Lavos Prime, understandably, it is MR 0. Yep, MR 0. Alright then. Gotta love not having any rare Axie parts across all three. Very true, yep. No rare Axie parts needed for any of these, which is brilliant. So, with that all in mind, we're going to get farming on that. And the first thing I need to do is, of course, to burn up every single resource I can burn up to try and get a whole bunch of relics. I haven't maxed out all of my syndicate standing. I am clearly absolutely terrible at optimization. Oh, woe is me. Let's see, any Lavos bits here? No, try again. Any Lavos bits here? One of them, excellent. Any Lavos bits here? That is an ire. And no. Okay, not great from the genius rank over there. What about one shot at it over here? Nope. 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 Okay, we're off to a grand old start. Absolutely amazing old start. Let's, ooh, I don't have much standing over there. You know what, let's just skip them entirely. I've got plenty of standing with Solaris United. Let's drop over there. Let's drop over to the Solaris United. I'm going to have plenty of standing to turn in for some packs. Oh, Cedar one at least? I may have got some Cedar relics, but I'm looking at Lavos primarily. Lavos Prime is who I want to be getting hold of first. And so that's where my focus is at. Let's head on over to here real quick. I probably have some gems I can trade in. I am mostly incorrect on that. Yikes. But there we go, that'll at least max out the standing. Browser wares, relic packs. Lovely stuff. Let's see, what do we get? Any Lavos? Yes, the Lavos rare piece. Wonderful. Next. Nope. Next. Nope. 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 Next. Come on, don't do this to me. There we are, Lavos Prime Chassis, that's good. And... okay, this is not ideal. This is very much not ideal. Let's turn in these and max out my standing. Thank you, thank you. Might as well just have that topped off, but, okay. Cascadia Fisher on right now if you feel like cracking. I'm still getting hold of the relics, Lord Mew, but thank you very much for dropping into the stream. Welcome. Let's see then. Kavia, they don't give relic packs, I don't think. And Intrati, I have not picked up a whole bunch of stuff with. Do I even have spare mother tokens? There's one way to find out. Let's drop in.
Grandmother would never take anyone's side. I despised her for that.
Grandmother would never take anyone's side, is what I hear. I am distinctly remembering the Urani quest, but sure. Keep going off on one, Mother. Keep going off on one. Right, let us... First of all... Yep, these are just improvements.
Thank you, dear. Very kind.
Might as well grab those. Grandmother tokens could be traded in for even the more standing. Now let's mend the family. Nope, wrong one. Trade tokens for standing, that's what it is. All the grandmother tokens, all the mother tokens, that's... wow, is that all I have left? Turning in everything I can just about get to one pack. Well, I'll do it anyway, but it's slightly wasteful.
Always nice to see you. Do stop by.
What's the rank needed for relic packs? Honestly, I cannot remember, sorry. It's pretty low, but I don't know if it's always that low. Oh my word, we've got a Lavos on screen. Why have we got a Lavos on screen? Well, that is because Tycoon has just dropped 20 gifted subs to the community here. That is absolutely huge. Tycoon, thank you very much for that. That's gone out to 38 Blap Blap, which is about what Lavos just did on the screen there. Tetralix, to Sunset Lover, to Zanza, to Coronosia, to Subjective, to Codatos, to Dominant and Infertile. Wow, what a username. Okay. To King Jean or King John, to Lightclaw, to Gruzmowick, to Nefario, to Enkscam. Some of these are genuinely hard for me to read. To Blessel, to Macdak, to the Cobra Master, to Salalancer, to Wolverine's Ripcord, and Kevin Kitman. Thank you very much for the gifted subs right there. Much appreciated indeed. Oh my. Thank you for that.
Good luck on your Lavos relic hunting, Ken. Ooh ooh ooh.
Was that really necessary in the end? Was it really, really necessary? Thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you indeed. Yeah. A very good round. Alright, let's see. Did I get a level split here? Of course not.
Mining is good.
Oh, shut up, Otak. You didn't give me a level split. I'm not happy with you. Go away. Alright. So, that's not great. Let's head on over to, of course, the holographic undead Teshin, which is still a weird situation, but you know, it's fine. I don't know why it says visit Conclave. He lives in a kind of a cave-esque thing, but Conclave just seems like such a weird word to use. Like, why not just say we're entering Relay? What even is a Conclave? Anyway, let's look at the Steel Path shop. Alrighty. Relic packs, max it out, spending just 375 Seal Essence. Easy. Very, very easy. Let's have a look. Any Lavoses? That's a no. That is a no. How about... Yes! We got one there. That's one of the axes secured. We have got... I'm seeing Cedo bits, but not a Lavos. Nope. Lavos piece.
Snack Prime Day finally here.
Snack Prime Day is indeed finally here. Quintus Max with the 43-month Tier 3 resub. Maru, thank you very much for that once again. Cheers indeed. Conclave means private or secret meeting. Oh, I see. So these are all very secretive relics. Got it. That's what it is. Very secretive. And in fact, they are so secretive, they are keeping hush on the Lavos bits. Where are my Lavos? Come on. Come on. More Lavos. No. DE, if you've hard-coded this for it to be a trouble for me specifically, I'm going to be upset. Where's my... There we go. All right. Nope. Yes. Looking for more. Nope. One there, good. I still haven't had 2 Lavos in a single relic bag, which is kind of wild, actually. There's one. Come on. Come on. Another bit. Your Zoran Blade, that's good to have. Lavos. Lavos, we finally got a triple. Look at that. Lavos Prime Chassis, Systems, and Neuroptics in one pack. This was the pack we were looking for the entire time. This was the pack we were looking for. Lavos Prime Chassis, Systems, and Neuroptics in one pack. Ah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Alright then. And last one, Lavos Prime Blueprint. So with those 2 packs together, I actually just got a full set potential. Full set potential. But we still need to actually bring it all together. That is maxed out on the relic packs I can grab from here, at least for the next few days. I could grab the Kuva, but I don't want to. Let's pop out of that. At least getting some Ires. You can buy some level specific relics if all else fails. Not how it works. Ire is spent specifically on Prime Resurgence relics. So you go down to Prime Resurgence and you can spend it somewhere down here. There we are. So like these relics here, you got Volt in there, Odonata, Loki. We go further down, we got these ones. Rhino, Nyx, Boltor, Hiku, Sindo, that sort of thing. We go further down here, you can use Ire to get yourself Trinity, Limbo, Dual Chemist, Distrezor, Bratton. Well, Bratton, you know what I'm on about. Go even further down, now you've got the Boar coming in, Mag Prime, Reaper Prime, Vasto Prime, Latron Prime, Frost Prime, all of that lot's down here. Scroll yet further again, there's even more. You've got Atlas down here, Tekko, Axeletto, Fang Prime, and I'm not Atlas ain't alone. Vauban, we've got down here as well, there we are. And we scroll again, and now you're going to have things like your Equinox coming through. You're going to have Stradivar, you got Zooge. We've got Wukong in there. So there's so many different primes, but none of these are Lavos. Mace is down here. Hydroid's down and available here. You go further down, we've got Titania. That's basically near enough all of them. Titania's here, Gara's here. There are a lot of different ones here, actually. And here's our limited time ones. We've got Ember with Glaive Prime all the way down here. I would say Rhino's limited as well, but Rhino is further up. And then just a whole bunch of other options as well. Like, a lot. I didn't actually realize just how many options there were. But there you go. And of course, various themes. Conspicuously, of course, no Lavos theme as yet.
You choose when you're good.
So we'll say for that. Right. Well, Bangalore saying your first stream I thought of. Hey, I think I'm missing some context on that message, but otherwise, yep. Oh, congrats on Lavos Prime. I don't know why you congratulated me. I haven't farmed it yet, and I certainly didn't build it. Oh no. I'm very scared to open this inbox message. I'm very scared to open that inbox message. See, for those of you who know, you know. You're already laughing or already scared. For those of you who don't know, I get some rather unusual inbox messages. I have received various gifts over time, various gifts including Stugs. We really don't need any more Stugs. If I could specifically block gifts for one item, I would choose the Stug. But yes, let's see what this one is. It's a Mirror Lab gift. Only open if you're unlucky with relics. Okay, well let's find out how lucky I've been so far. I will heed the message. Let's see how lucky I have been so far. If we go Lavos. Oh, look at that. First of all, how is it all a multiple of 5? That's just weird. But we have indeed got 40 Lavos Prime relics ready to go, including 15 of the rare item. This is a beautiful spread. The only way this could be better is if these two numbers were transposed. If I had 5 of the common and 10 of the uncommon. But still, this is a brilliant spread of relics. If we have a look at, what should we call it? Cedo. Oh, that's doing great again. Cedo Prime Receiver is a little bit on the lacking side. That's actually relics for you. But the rest is looking very healthy. And then Jewel Zoran. Okay, that... Ooh, that is looking a little bit more problematic, isn't it? That is looking a little bit more problematic. In fact, I dare say that calls for maybe saying I've been a bit unlucky. Maybe I have been a bit unlucky. Oh, Jesus. Thank you, Relay, for the 40 relic packs. Oh my word. So these relic packs, they come with 5 rather than 3 relics in each. Which means that is 200 relics that Mirror has just dropped straight into my inventory. Alright, we're going to skim through these, mostly looking for those Neo relics with the Jewel Zoran. All the rest of them are valuable as well, absolutely, don't get me wrong on that. I see the Lavos piece there, but the focus is going to be the Jewel Zoran Neo. Let's see, how many of those do we get? Because that's the thing I'm being really unlucky on. 40 relic packs, bite. Let's see, we're also going to get some Ire, it's going to keep popping in, but are we going to get that Neo, or is it also still restricted? That's the wrong Neo. There we go, we got another D9, excellent. So now up to 4 of those. That's a T9, I'd see the difference, that's not the one we're looking for. No. 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 Damn, this is a difficult relic to get. What? How does this happen? What the? Ah. Still just on the one of them. Really? I'm over halfway through the packs, we've got one. Are you kidding me? There's a lot of different relics in here. How have we only got one of the one? Nah, you're having me on. You're having me on. I've just seen 3 C6s in a row. Nope. Nope. And this is exactly why I do not buy loot boxes. This is exactly why I do not buy loot boxes, because screw that. Wow. Okay, so Jules Zoran. Did it already open the packs and put them into my inventory and we just went through the animation? Hold on. Yeah? Despite the fact that I hadn't opened it, I specifically didn't open it, it was already in my inventory. So this is after the Mirror Lab. Okay. Alright, that's cheeky. So Mirror Lab, thank you very much. This was probably completely necessary. I did think this looks a little bit overwhelmingly good, not gonna lie. I did think this was very lucky. Now I know I'm lucky in a different way. I'm lucky to have you in this community. Well, let's cross our fingers then, absolutely. Let us cross our fingers. If you say, remember something about this happening with a Twitch drop for relic packs? Fair do. Alright. So, this is where we're going to get started. We are going to farm through them. Lith, Miso, Neo, Axie. For the one case where there isn't a Neo, I think, for the Jules Zoran, we'll just skip straight to Axie, of course. We're going to go through them in order. We're starting with Lavos, then I'll move on to the weapons. So, with that explanation aside, if you'd like to join me for farming the Lith Lavos relic, we are cracking them open. I'll double check if it is the rare. I think it's the rare. Let me have a look. High pitch moment. Why am I up close? Lavos. It is rare, so this is going to have to be a Radiant. This is going to be a Radiant Lavos Lith relic. If you could do that, send me a message in game. The engineer, I'll bring you on into the squad, just like I'm doing here with Ellie, and we will crack it till we get it. Absolutely. We'll crack it till we get it. That was primary extra health and shield from what you see. Fair do. Fair do. You only got one Miso from packs? Gonna have to do some farming then, aren't you? Greymire, come on through. And Red Fractals, come on through. There we go, that's our squad. That is our squad. And for Lith, we have defense, defense, or defense. Okay, well, they haven't been reduced down to 3 waves just yet, but it is still a perfectly valid option. It is a way for us to crack this open. Lavos. Upgrade to max. I farmed out a whole bunch of traces in advance of this. We should be good to go. You just crafted Wiz Prime? Hey, fair do. Congrats. There's no Exterminate on Steel Path? Steel Path, I can't be bothered right now. I've already clicked this one. It would have been better, but I've already clicked this one. So we're doing it. It's fine. For full disclosure, I am a little more than a bit tired today. In case you haven't already somehow noticed it in my mannerisms. I was rather rudely awoken before my alarm today. You see, the renovations happening on the house next door to me, they've been going on for months at this point, and they're probably going to be going on for months still at the rate they're going. I was awoken at 8:30 in the morning to the sound of drilling. Now, as someone who works until gone 10 PM, because I do these streams, 7 till 10 is the time slot. I'll usually stream a little bit past 10, at least a little bit, if not a lot of it sometimes. and then I've got any administrative stuff to do after a stream. So as someone who works past 10, to be woken up at 8:30 in the morning with drilling into the wall next to my bedroom, understandably has me a bit tired today. Before I had even gotten out of bed, there was both drilling and sawing, and I'm fairly certain hammering too, although quite frankly that could have just been them banging their head against the wall just to try and piss me off even further. Oh boy. Oh, you did hydrate earlier, I missed? Sorry about that. There's your green. Let's get the hydrate. Cheers. Oh. So yes. I can absolutely attest to just how tired I am feeling and exactly why. Sure, I could have probably been in bed at a slightly more reasonable hour last night than I was, but I wasn't expecting to be woken up at 8:30. UK law, they can start noise work from 8 AM. That they can, yes. I believe noise ordinance laws are 11 PM to 8 AM. Outside of that, it is considered within reasonable levels, because the work has to be done at some point, and it's myself who chose to work nights, functionally. Well, late. I don't work overnight. But yes. So, not great. Not great. Even caffeinated tea is still struggling to be enough for me at the moment. And I don't drink coffee. What time do I normally wake up? I normally set my alarm for 9 AM. Whilst I may set my alarm for that, depending on just how things are, I may have to still sleep until like 10. Because I tend to run on about 9 hours sleep. Less than that and I feel the difference. And that means if I'm going to bed at midnight or 1 o'clock, add 9 hours to that, you can do the math. It's very simple math. So yeah. And Frodo was like, oh, well, why don't you just go to sleep at a more reasonable time, like 10 PM? It's like, I literally don't even finish work by then. 2 hours of alchemy, got you Lavos Prime? Nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I do love the 10 Envoy. I know a lot of people love it. It's not exactly an unknown weapon at this point. It is one of the most used weapons in the game. I still love it.
Enjoying your Dan videos. Keep them coming. Smiley face.
I absolutely shall there, Darth Washbear. I absolutely shall. And thank you very much for your 19-month of resub. Much appreciated. Cheers indeed. Oh. How am I doing the kills? Yeah, I'm doing enough. That's fine. I'm not completely dilly-dallying. Explosions go burr. Yep, explosions go burr. Changing your sleep schedule can be hard. Yep. Not just hard, but like, people have their natural rhythms and routines that fit their lifestyles, and trying to force around that isn't really a good idea. There is some evidence that points in one direction, some evidence points in the other. All it really comes down to is, I know where I certainly feel most alive and most human, and that's by not trying to live on a 9 to 5 schedule of wake up at 6. Just not doing that. Man, that guy got obliterated. When I go to bed at a more reasonable hour, like 4 AM. Because Byte, add 9 hours to that. What time would you have me wake up? It does reach a point where I simply would not exist within the world. Oh, would you? Look at that. That's an instant win for us. First relic, first Lavos. Alright then. Squad, if you have the Miso relic for Lavos and can appropriately upgrade it, we're going straight into that on the next mission. If you don't have the Lavos Miso relic, you will need to drop the squad to give a spot to someone else who can. There we are. Second time opening, second time it being yours. It's red. Hey, Kramer, thank you very much for bringing the luck. Absolutely. Lavos achieved, and another Harrow Chassis blueprint, of course. Harrow Chassis every time. Okie dokie, let's have a look then. What have we got for a Miso Fisher? We have got a Spy, or if we check over on Steel Path, we have got a Spy. Alright. I guess it's going to be the Spy. Now, just checking before I start the mission, it is a uncommon, so Radiant is recommended. Radiant is recommended. So if you could join in for a Miso Lavos Radiant Relic, send me a message in game, the Engineer. I'll bring you on into the squad because I do notice we have had a red fractals drop out there. So yes, we have got that space available for one to join in. Am I going to farm for Jules Zoran in the stream as well? I'm going to farm Lavos, then Cedo, then Jules Zoran. If we have enough time for that one. If indeed. Do I know how many Harrow Chassis I have in my inventory? No. But I imagine that's not the answer you were actually looking for. Your question was, how many do I have? 1,426. Or just shy of 5 million credits. I have a couple. Right. Not a bad credit farm? So yeah, there's got to be someone out there, someone with a Lavos Miso Relic who wants to get in on getting this brand new Prime as quick as possible. Come on now. We're looking to do this as a full squad, so we're looking for someone with a Lavos Miso Relic, radiant it up, let's get that loot, get that value, maximum chances. Get it whilst it's hot. Even if you don't want it for yourself, that's just platinum waiting to be had. What's the Envoy build? Whatever I did with this one last. What did I do with it last? This. Yep. Element focus. It's got hunt munitions on there, my word. This is a slightly older style. But it still works. Got 4 Lavos Misos? Well, come on in then, absolutely. 4-month resub, and you got 4 Lavos Miso relics. It's just all coming together. Is it Steel Path or regular? We're going to do regular because there's no difference between them positively. Only a potential slowdown of our efforts. Alrighty, Lavos A8. There we go. Upgraded. God, it does feel weird seeing a Lavos Prime Relic. It really does. All the others don't have that kind of same vibe for me, but Lavos, because I can so clearly remember the release, picking him up like, oh, a cooldown based frame, not an energy based frame, how novel. And now here he is primed. Wild. How many Lavos Primes am I going to make? Probably just the one. I don't really have much of a reason to build more than one. Alright, everyone remember, stay together till we get the reactant. Reactant first, then the spy vaults. Spy mission. Gotta do it like that. I mean, you don't gotta, but it's a very, very good idea to do it like that. Let's see, we're up at 6 reactant. Good so far. That brings to 7, this brings to 8. There's a large group of enemies over here. Yep, they're corrupted. That's 10. Alright. Now we've got all the reactants in the area, I can happily focus on... Wow, did I really dash into enemies twice? Focus on doing the vaults. It's a bit risky using such a massive AoE in a spy vault like that, but it's fine.
Excellent work. A clean extraction.
It's fine. But we could gift Prime access? Yes, I do imagine some people would enjoy doing that, wouldn't they? Oop, that's the vault. How is this one not done?
You need to retrieve that data before the data
Alright.
destruction is complete. Heads up, a Grenier assault team is headed your way.
It's done.
Data is sealed.
It's done. Let's just get out of here.
We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
What did I get stuck on there? I should have slid around that. What the hell was that? I am apparently very tired. I cannot steer my levels today. Tiredness kills. Take a break is what they say. Yeah, I believe it. There we are. Gonna have to get the steering checked on this one. It's got a few years on it now. Hello, Zom. How you doing? What's happening with Grey? Ah, Mesa, of course. Not designed to move. Oh. Well, another prime. Another not one shot. Alright. Am I going to release a Mug Prime soon? I did not have any plans for a Mug Prime at this time, no.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
You bad at spying this tile set? Fair enough. Need to find out where to farm Lith and Neo relics. Lith you can farm very quickly with Hepit. For Neo, you can either farm on Ukko for capture missions, which will give you Meso Neo, or you can farm on Uranus, which will just give you Neos from round 3 onwards, I think. Yeah, round 3 onwards is Neos if you do it correctly over there. Alright, let's continue this. Did it switch to a mobile defense? Everyone in the squad here steel path capable? Yeah, you're all high rank. You should be steel path capable. Let's see. Do we have a better fish over there? Miso spy. That's better than mobile defense. Screw mobile defense. Ew. Ew. Absolutely ew. There we go. Oh, was it Neo on rotation B as well on Uranus? Oh, fair enough then. So yeah, Uranus, absolutely a great source of Neos. Fair do, fair do. You stop avoiding spies and learn them? I would recommend it at this point, Grey. You're not exactly new to Warframe. I would recommend it.
Accept your death, and you may yet.
Alright, so once again, let's get the reactant first.
Void fishers. You need them to
Or kill them before they're corrupted. That works too.
withstand their fury. A fisher. Defend
Come on, get
yourself.
corrupted.
Use reactant to open
Or die.
valves.
Mesa!
Corrupted foes are dropping reactant.
The normal ones don't drop reactant.
You are going to need more reactant. You want to open that valve.
Slow your gun just a little bit.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching. You're still in the clear. No detection.
I'm gonna go
of
grab
enemy
that.
sensors.
Just to force me to bounce around these enemies a bit more.
For increased security measures. The
Yep,
enemy would
thank
rather
you.
destroy their data than let it get into our hands.
Nice a moment, just a bit. My ability is gun and I'm going to use it. There we are.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Alright. Crack this open. Beautiful. Don't risk it. Do it right. There we go. Nice, clean extraction with no alarms. Don't know what's changing my view there. That was weird. Happened twice.
They won't even know it's gone. have everything we came for.
Excellent. Extraction time. I've messed up my dash. How have I messed this up so badly? How did I mess that up quite so badly as that? Take the turn. There we go. That was a bit better. Oh, that one bamboozled me. The waypoint decided to skip a turn. Ah, that bloody gap there still gets me. It's not even a gap. End of a ramp.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Eh? What is this? What is this? You out to misos? Darn. Alright, that means we're going to have a space available for someone else to join in with a Lavos Miso Relic. If you have Lavos Miso Relic, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring her into the squad, because Ellie's unfortunately going to have to step out here, it seems. Alrighty, thank you for joining in on those two runs there. Well, those three actually, because you're on the left as well. So yeah, send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you into the squad if you've got the Lavos Miso Relic that we need. We are currently doing it on Steel Path, so I would prefer it if you're able to do that. But we can switch down if it's really needed. Miso farm is Mars Disruption. Correct, yeah. First 2 rounds will give you lift, then it's Miso thereafter. Otherwise, you could do Ukko for Miso Neo double farm. Lord Mew, come on in. Lord Mew. Another upgraded relic. Slotted straight in. Miso A8. Let's make this hand. Greymire's gone. Grey, can we have a little bit of warning on that, please? What's going on? Use your words, my dude. Use your words. Have you disconnected or dropped intentionally? Thought you had one. Okay. So Grey is also out, which means we've got yet another spot available. We've got Jellyfish and Lord Mew. We've got Jellyfish and Lord Mew. We've got another space for someone to join in if you also have the Miso Lavos Relic. We want to do it as a full squad to optimize our chances of getting it, of course. Now we got 164 people here. I'm sure some of you have some relics kicking around. Miso A8. And if you don't have a kicking around, well, you can always find yourself a Mirror Ape, I suppose. There we go. We have got ourselves a Regnak. Have one Miso, give me 10 seconds to extract. Nope. Malicitos then. You can't reserve a place, either you're available or you're not available. There we go. Alright, let's run this. Spy mission. Let's do that. Back to the trace mines for you. I see, I see. There we go. Yep, everyone's got all the good stuff. Let's make this happen.
Accept your
Alright,
death, and
let's grab our
you will
reactant.
avoid it.
Get that together first if we can.
Training.
Boo.
There are void fissures in the area.
Okay, those aren't going to get
Use
corrupted.
these
They've
to crack
done a
open
different
the
group.
relic. Fissure. Defend yourself
That
and use
one's
reactant to open relics.
corrupted and dead.
Use that reactant to
You...
open a relic.
I'm just going to kill it as a matter of course.
You are going to need more reactant if you want to open that relic.
Corrupted, yes. Blap them. Hold on, the blood
Stay
did not seem
focused. There's a
effective.
heavy unit approaching.
There we go.
Tenno, be on the lookout for increased security measures. The enemy would rather destroy their data than let it get
Oh my
into
word,
their
I'm getting
hands.
stuck on everything today.
We've got robots inbound.
Focusing again, the reactant. You all corrupted. No, no. I won't shoot them if they ain't corrupted, because they ain't going to get us anything. There's got to be corrupted somewhere. Nope. Seriously, is the Void Fisher stopped? What's going on here? Hey Fisher, do something. There we go. I hear it. Wait, where is it?
Excellent work. A clean extraction without alarms.
I swear if I find all the traces are over at Wukong. Yep, Wukong's just got the traces. This is why we don't split off! It splits the enemy spawns!
That's it. You
God damn it.
relic. Finish your mission and we'll
You want to tell me you guys are running a Fisher for the first time? Alright, let's grab this. Yeah, with spy fishers, you always want to be staying together at first, get the reactant, and then move off to the spy vault. It is going to be faster. I don't care if you will succeed without doing it. It will be faster, is the point.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Oop, let's get rid of the camera. That one's locked. Let's hope they've gone through the other side.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Okay, well they went through this side, but they didn't go through it. As you do. There we are.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Yo! Would you look at that? That is an almighty raid we got there. Nightmare Frame, thank you very much for the raid of absolutely hundreds of happy Lavos enjoyers. Welcome to every single one of you. Mods, can we get a shout out for Nightmare there? Absolutely. Have you done your farming already then, I take it? You all snacked up? Beautifully prime? And I think there was a highlighted message just before that. Lavos! Yes! There it is. From Fiomi, hi, can I maybe join your alliance? Just made a clan with my friend and looking for an alliance. We aren't recruiting new clans into an alliance at this time. Best of luck on finding an alliance that is a suitable match for yours.
You are a blade. You exist to strike. You strike.
You're also in a Varo piece. There we are. And strangely no Harrow piece. Truly, this is the end times. Alright, you take care, Nightmare. You have yourself a good one. Thank you very much for dropping your community over here. We'll take good care of them. Absolutely. Probably. Maybe. Alright then. You like how Twitch marked Nightmare as a raider from Nightmare? It do be true though, right? It do be true. Nightmare did in fact raid from Nightmare. Just FYI, that is, I think that is a mod view thing. I might be off. I think that's a mod view thing. Just FYI. Right then, Jellyfish, Lord Mew, Malasitos, you are welcome to stick in the squad if you have the Lavos Neo relic. Otherwise, you will need to drop the spot so that someone else can take it up. We are looking for X1, Neo X1. And, what's the commonality on this one? It is indeed a common one. Excellent. So no upgrading needed. I mean, Malasitos, the whole point isn't to give people their turn. The whole point is to get Lavos. If you're dropping out, I now have to get 2 people in rather than 1. So, thanks, I guess. But yeah. Have an EOX1. Come on in. There we go. Yeah, the whole point is that we're trying to get Lavos, and Lavos can come from any of them. If you all drop out just because you want to be nice to people, I mean, it's a nice sentiment, but we're taking even longer. If I want to cycle people out, I will let you know your part is done. Alright then, let's see if we have a normal Fisher one, which will be nice and quick. Yeah, we've got an Exterminate, that should be fine. That'll be nice and fine. One Neo X1 selected. Let's get it. Let's absolutely get this.
Eliminate all Corpus threats.
Okie dokie.
There is a sanctuary target here, Hunter. I sense it. Track it with the synthesis scanner. Don't let it escape.
Alright, I heard corruption. Where is it?
Void fissures. You need them to open a
That's pathetic. There's only two of them.
You can withstand their fury.
Ah.
You
It's
found
fine.
the fissure. Look out for reactant.
Like how the stream title reflects the distance of my slides? Yas. Do I not like the new base in Halvania? I don't need a new base. The Orbiter has been perfectly fine for me. So I continue to use Orbiter. I'm perfectly fine with that.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Come on, corruption. There we go.
The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find out what's inside.
Oh, we're just obliterating the groups of them.
The enemy is broken.
There we are. Nice and
Now
easy.
get to extraction.
Do you like the new base is much bigger? Fair enough. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 of us? I can't tell because of the invis. And the clones. I think we're all together? Yeah. Genuinely a little difficult to tell there. Ah, one downside of this map. So many elevators. Ah. They didn't give you a Lavos Prime? Who's they? Just so I understand the context here. Who's they? Are we all together? I think we are. I really cannot tell with the invis. Discussion from Dev Stream. If newbie's companion, what animal do I like the idea for? I don't have a horse in that race. So maybe horse. No, wait, we already have caves. I don't know. Lavos! There we go. 3 parts down. Do they give me a prime pack? Nah. Creators don't get gifted prime packs from DE. Just as a matter of fact.
Complete.
We don't.
Excellent work, Tenno.
There we go. Lavos Prime Chassis Blueprint, 1 part left to go. So, once again, to those of you in the squad, if you have the Lavos Axie Relic ready to go, then by all means, you're welcome to stick around in the squad. If not, please let me know and drop the squad. We'll take it from there. Well, that was the thing? No. Never has been. Prime access has never been gifted out to creators like that. Jellyfish is good to stick around. Excellent. No axes for Zerkos. Alright, they are popped on out. We've got a message. Oops, somewhere down here. Alright, that you're already in the squad, dude. You're already in the squad. So just confirming this is Axie F3 and an upgrade is recommended. Give us the best chance of getting it. So, you could send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you on in if you've got the Axie F3 Radiant. They give accesses to giveaway sometimes? Yes. So, I will be doing a Lavos Prime Access Pack giveaway on Sunday, courtesy of DE. Full announcements of that will be coming out tomorrow. But they don't give us packs for ourselves, no. Is this the one and only Lavos enthusiastic engineer? I mean, I'm not the only Lavos enthusiast, but I am certainly one of the Lavos enjoyers, absolutely. There have been many a Lavos main created as a result of my enthusiasm for this absolutely stunningly powerful frame. And now we have a stunning prime. Or rather, I have 3 parts of a stunning prime. If you have the Axie F3, I think I said. Send me a message in game, the Kenji, I'll bring you on in. Exclamation mark, join in the chat here if you don't know how to send a message in game like that. The Lavos 2024 usage stats or something. You know, I didn't actually look at those. Whilst I wait for someone to join us, let's have a quick look at that. What was the usage? Global community stats. Now I wait 10 years for that to load. It's still not loading. There we go. Bloody hell. Took a moment. Okay. So let's have a look at usage in 2024. Going down the list, Lavos is placed at somewhere down here. Somewhere? Have I scrolled past him? There he is. Good lord. 0.49% usage, 10% down on last year. Below Trinity Prime. Heh? Have I not been making enough noise? Below Valkyrie Prime. Below, a lot of things, actually. Below Urali. Below Urali. I'm not saying that Urali is bad, I'm saying what the fuck, because quite frankly, the number of people that complain about Urali usage 0.74%, up 43% from last year, versus Lavos all the way down at 0.49%. Lower usage than Gyre, I can understand. Lower usage than Varuna, okay. Lower usage than Ash Prime, Nidus Prime, Loki Prime? Lower usage than Anaris Prime. Lower usage than Caliban. I suppose there was a freebie, wasn't there? That was a freebie. Other streamers have been pretty down about Lavos for a long time. Look, I know a lot of people are just kind of misunderstanding, but I didn't realize it was quite that far down the listings, to be honest with you. I didn't realize it'd be that far down below Hildren Prime. That's quite far down there. That is quite far down there. Granted, there's a lot of things even further down. Oh, let's scroll too far. Like, really low, we've got Trinity, Atlas, Baruch, Equinox, Chroma, Banshee, Grendel, Harrow, Hildren, Ash, Oberon, Nova, Garuda, Nyx, Ivara, Cytonine, brand new. Valkyria, Mesa, Inaros, Banshee Prime, Gara, Loki, Atlas Prime, Nezha, Nidus, Mirage, Korra, Frost, Sarin, Titania, Limbo, Hydroid, Sevagoth, Oberon Prime, Limbo Prime, Ember, Zephyr, Grendel Prime, Nyx Prime, Revenant, Vauban, Corvex, Equinox Prime, and Zaku Prime. That is a lot of frames to be below Lavos, and some of those are a little bit surprising actually, but still kind of wild. Still kind of wild to me. On the plus side of things though, Lobelia of the 1904 variety, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto a full year. Look at that, you're full potted on Lavos Prime Day. Cheers indeed for that, Lobelia. Oh. Cheers indeed. I'm comparing Lavos Prime. No, I'm comparing Lavos. Lavos Prime is not going to be on the 2024 stats because that doesn't exist. Just to be very clear on that one. Also like the background? Cheers. But, yeah. I think you need to consider that Lavos is somewhat more of an advanced frame. Advanced how? Tank go burr. Wanna heal, press 1. Wanna move, press 2. Wanna reset, press 3. Wanna nuke, press 4. Job's a good'un. Are we missing someone for Alex? We are, yes. I've been nattering for a bit, but no message has come through. We're looking for someone with the Axie Lavos relic. Radiant. Now it's Axie F3? Yep, Axie F3 Radiant. We do need a 4-man squad to get the full value out of that, so do send me a message in game if you have indeed got that relic. We'll bring you into the squad. In terms of acquisition? Alright, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Lavos does require some railjack material to construct, which is not exactly the easiest to get a hold of. So if people are feeling particularly bloody lazy, then I get it. Why farm Lavos when you can just keep using Rhino, eh? Why farm Lavos when you can sit on the tank of Revenant Prime? Top global frame is Revenant? It's not Revenant though. The top global frame, if I scroll back to the top, yep, that's definitely a Revenant Prime right there. And you might try to make the distinction, oh, well, it's the same frame. No, that's the whole point, is that Lavos' acquisition requires railjack material. Alright, looks like we're going to run the 3 of us. This is mildly unexpected, but you know what, we'll do it. We're going to run the 3 of us. What have we got in terms of Axies? We are... I don't really like those. But the other options aren't much better. Let's check in Steel Path. Good lord, it's just not getting any better. I mean, I know there's those. I suppose we can do that one. We can do that one. There we are. Let's swap this out for the Burston, given the level we're going into. There we are. Like I say, latest episode of Zero to Hero was a nice listen whilst cleaning. Glad you enjoyed that.
Their rage is vehement,
Alright.
their focus impressive. Give them all warriors' death.
Oh, see you in chat. No, don't. I can join. I have one in game 1 second. Broski, if you needed 1 second, you should have been with us a while ago. I was asking a while ago. You'll just have to catch the next one. Or if you very quickly send the message now, I can still invite you. Like, don't sit on your ass. Send the message. You said 1 second, so it should already be in my inbox. And if you didn't mean 1 second, well, welcome to Kenshir. He's autistic and takes things very literally when he feels like it. The pain farming thumper tanks and getting no fish? Yeah. I mean, I got fish, just not the right fish. It's a very fishy situation. Now we've got to make sure we're careful about this. It's a survival mission. We can very easily accidentally split up and no one gets their reactant. We gotta be careful about that. I keep forgetting how much I have to turn off damage numbers to use this weapon effectively. Because as soon as the damage numbers start happening, I just cannot see what's happening. I'm basically just pointing where the damage numbers were and hoping more damage numbers come out of them. That's how I use the Burston. Natty saying most complaints I've heard about levels is a surprisingly significant amount of Warframe players are too used to. I'm going to spam my X ability and nuke the room. I mean, if people just want to nuke all the day, then sure, I get it, but I mean, I can bring back the usage statistics. How much of those are nukers? Revenant, not a nuker. Gauss, I suppose if you're on his Thermal Sunderer. Wukong, not a nuker. Wisp, not a nuker. Volt, as a nuke. Sauron doesn't really spam the abilities the same way. Excalibur, Volt, starters, we don't count them. Korra, yeah, there's a spam. Dante spam. Mesa, kind of. Titania, okay, I can see it. Yeah, fair enough. Like, some of the top ones aren't, but yeah, fair enough. Evidently, I just need to put together a high efficiency build, Lavos, and show people what happens when you do start spamming abilities. Because if people believe you just cannot spam with Lavos, you're doing it wrong. I can make him so spam friendly, all you're doing is casting. Granted, not here, not now, because this is a high efficiency setup. Alright, let's go here. Okay, missed the cast of the one. That was my bad.
Meow. MRP, MRP.
I don't think the bot quite handles those other activation noises of the cat very well there. Yeah, but all the same, thank you very much for resubscribing on to 17 months. Much appreciated. Much appreciated indeed. Hard to imagine how people can think a frame that doesn't need energy can't spam. I mean, the whole point is that it has cooldowns. People see cooldowns and go, oh, that means no spam, right? How can you fix cooldowns? With the frame that has the ability to fix cooldowns. Kind of right there. Oh, but I don't like running max efficiency. Well, I don't like that person's comments, that's why I mock them. Is the list accounting for ownership or just entire database? So the list is accounting for usage. I'm not sure what else you think it could be accounting for, but that is usage. So if people don't own it, they can't use it. View just for who owns Lavos? Yeah, but that would be a different answer. It's not saying how much do people use Lavos if Lavos is available to them. It's saying how much do people use Lavos. There are going to be plenty of people who will just decide they don't want to farm Lavos based on other people's assessments of Lavos. And it's doing them a disservice. There'll be those that won't farm him because, ew, Railjack. There'll be those that won't farm him because, ew, bounties. It's all a thing, really. You can't tell people how to play the game. You can just gently suggest in their direction, as evidenced by the people that'll take my builds, change them entirely, and then complain they don't work. It's like, I'm not at fault anymore, mate. You made your build, sleep in it. Hello, Violence. You gonna spawn on me or someone else? On me! Okay, that was a choice. Yes, let's spawn on the frame that doesn't tank with abilities. That's smart. Alright, come on, show me the Lavos piece. Show me the Lavos piece. None of these are Lavos pieces. God damn it. I also conspicuously have not received a message from that person who said, hey, wait. So I don't know how long is a second on that part of the world, but apparently it's not the same as my 5 minutes. Let's upgrade this, try it again. Oh wait, never mind, red fractals only have the one. We'll have to drop, because 2 people is just too low. 2 people is just too low. You don't know if you have an Axie F3? Well, there's a very easy way to check. I don't think you need me to explain that one any further. Huzzah! There we are. God, this sounds so weird using it without my Fire 8 companion. Wait, we're all here. What are we Someone just slightly stepped outside of extraction. That was stupid. Alright. I see a Mirrorlave, free plays, absolutely. And we got a Horror Lion. And 3 Axies, absolutely. Once we come out of here, we'll bring you both in. Ah, that's unfortunate, Labella. That's unfortunate. What are some additive crits instead of multiplicative for your 1% crit Sporothrix? Arcane Avenger, Adalza Kavat, Harrow. Those are the ones that come to mind. Got to lift something when you're on that part? Okay, fair enough. We've done the Lavos lith. There we go. We got our Mirror Labe and a Horror Lion. Okay. Axie, survival or other survival. Do other survival. There we go. I think that's the main blueprint. I should be able to just kind of start building the other bits, right? Yes. Yes. And Argon Crystals. Someone did mention it earlier. That's fine. Primary Acuity because it's bugged? Ah, fair enough. I never remember which ones it's bugged on.
These are worthy foes. Underestimate them at your peril.
Void Fishers. You need them to open a relic.
There we are.
Are you confident you can withstand their fury?
I'm fairly confident I can withstand their Fury Lotus, but let's see if your concern is justified. Oh, they're all spawning over this side.
Fisher, defend yourself and use reacting to open relics. Tenno, if you have a necromech, this would be an excellent place to deploy it.
You know what? I almost never use the Necromech here.
Keep fighting. Look for more.
Let's do this. Necromech go burr. Necromech go burr. Yeah, got my kills with corrosive as well. Sweet. I am noticing a relative lack of enemies around here now. We appear to have necromeched them. I love that you can start firing this thing whilst it's in the animation. It makes it feel that much smoother, but also looks a little bit janky. It's like, I'm looking over here. Dead. Like 5 of them were dead before I'd finished turning the gun. Grab all these. Here. Yeah, I think there's a reason we don't normally have these in regular missions. They kinda go burr. When it cracks, melee weapons increase damage. Don't really think I need that. Nope. Timed out. Man, you really do not get long in that, do you? Flap. Curious, would that buff apply to Bone Widow's melee? Honestly, no idea. Genuinely no idea if that would apply like that. Something you can try out? Mirror Lab is saying it doesn't. Okay, well that sucks. No fun allowed. Or at least that interaction just doesn't work. Now we've got all the reactors, I am just yeeting myself around the mission. Because let's face it, Lavosaurus go there. Lavosaurus really does go there. And this is no mecha set. Why can't you see me on your minimap? Because bugs. I'm sure we've been over that one before now. Have I got the... No. For a moment it felt like I had the auto walking bug, but no, I'm fine. What Zorus build am I using? My one. You should be able to use the on-screen Arsenal overlay to see the exact build I'm using. Otherwise, you'll have to remind me when we're out of the mission. There is a mystery somewhere being murdered. I'm nowhere near this murder, so I'm missing out.
Fighters incoming.
Yep, it died. There we go. Let's continue the obliteration. How much am I on in terms of kills? 361, that's okay. That is acceptable to me in a 4-man squad. Alright, let's see. Did we get the piece? Did we get it? Please show me the good stuff. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Lavos is acquired. Sorry, Breffel in peace. You're not that important right now. Lavos. There we go. Alright, let's drop out of that. We can reset and refocus. 1 hour, 20 minutes into the stream. On top of all the waffling at the start and around bits and pieces. Lavos fully acquired. Let's extract. Oh, parkour speed velocity bonuses are so nice as well. If you've not tried playing Warframe with parkour speed velocity, I highly recommend you try it. Is it Cedo next? Cedo next, yep. Cedo Prime is the next farm.
It is done,
Mentioned a few times we have difficulty with the stream. Where farm Axie? If you want to farm Axie relics, head over to Apollo on Lua. Or if you hate dealing with nullifiers, then instead head over to Kappa on Sedna. So it's Apollo, Lua, or if you don't want nullifiers, Kappa on Sedna. Those are your best 2 Axie farms in the entire game. Yes, they're both disruption. If you don't like disruption, mostly I'd say get good, but aside from that, you'll be looking at a lot of middling Axie farms. I think the Void might end up being the best at that point, to be quite honest with you. So I'm not sure of other Axie farms that stand out from that, that give you the correct Axie. You good at disruption? Hey, well there you are then, you're fine. Yep, Apollo Lua or Kappa Sedna, take your pick. Apollo Lua is strictly faster, and whilst you can do the whole aim for B rotation rather than C, I find it just not worth the mental effort. The C rotation, whilst technically slower, is good enough. And if you're killing demolishers fast enough, it's actually not necessarily slower. Right. I've got all the bits for Lavos, but I do need to get the Argon Crystals. Whilst we're on that thought, let's see if there is a Void Fissure. Not on normal mode. Is the one on steel path mode. Nope, that's not void, that's lure. And that doesn't drop argon crystals. That is unfortunate. So no void fisher at the moment, so we can't get the argon crystal that way. So we'll just go back to the basics. When it comes to the Cedo, what is the Lith one? Lith A7 is a common. Oh, we'll get that almost instantly. If you're in the squad and you have a Lith A7, stick around. If you do not have a Lith A7, you'll need to drop the squad and make room for someone else. Lith A7 if you would, please. And this is a intact relic, no upgrading needed. Jellyfish is in. Good, good. Do you really save time? They are so slow. Just to be very clear, Shikun, when you say do you really save time, are you talking about killing them or not killing them? Because they are so slow is a reason to kill them. Because you can go to them quickly. And that would save time. Whereas efficiency of the rotation, letting one or two get through, I think it's two you need to get through to get the B rotation, is apparently better for some people. I suppose if you plug in all the keys at once, you focus killing two of them and let the other two just kind of get through. But with the way the keys drop, I just find that playing it normally is just the best usually. Alright, looks like everyone in the squad has got relics, so whoever just messaged me, very sorry. There is in fact not a space available for you on this one. How to get that many relics for each? So I opened up 3 packs from Suda, 1 pack from was it Arbiters or Hexes? Yeah, Arbiters. I opened up 25 packs from Steel Path. I opened up 5 packs from Fortuna, no, 6 packs from Fortuna, and then another 400 relics from Mirrorlabe. So that last bit there might have slightly overcooked it. Just slightly. Yeah, let me see. In fact, if we add this all up, I had the Steel Path packs, Fortuna pack, Deimos pack, Suda pack, Hexes pack. And that was all the packs. So I got 108 relics myself, and another 400 from Mirrorlabe. Was it 400? No.
There is a large platoon of Grenier Marine stationed here. Leave no one
200. 200 from Mirrorlabe.
Void
Not 400.
fishers.
200.
You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
So yeah, 2/3 of the relics that I have from packs today
Topic reactants. Use
came from
them to
Mirrorlabe.
open a relic.
And for those of you wondering what the hell is a Mirrorlabe,
Find more.
that right there, that is a Mirrorlabe.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit.
They are an entity unto themselves. When an inbox message happens out of nowhere,
Has been cracked
often it is a Mirrorlabe
open
moment,
to find out what's inside.
and it will be met with a single, unexplained smiley face.
You're still in the clear.
I am very aware that that is a streamer privilege and that most people will not in fact have themselves a Mirrorlabe. You were googling how to farm a Mirrorlabe?
Get to extraction.
Oh, that is precious. That is absolutely precious. I love that. Thank you. Oh. Yes, the secret ingredient is money. There we are. All right, Cedo, excellent. Nailed it in one. From Xgam, say, hey man, love the video so much. Best data-driven creator out there. Question, why Gal Element on Zoros? I'll have a look at that more in just a moment.
Another job
Gal
well
Element.
executed.
Oh, Galvanized Elementalist. Right. Yeah, sorry, took me a moment. The one that increases status damage on the weapon that kills by status procs. Would that be the one you're querying? Because I feel like my question might also be your answer. I could be wrong, but I think so. Yeah, plus 80% status damage on a status damage build. That's why it's there. The status chance is status chance is status chance. It still allows me to put out yet more electric, so it is a net positive over using the normal elementalist. Because this would give me 90% rather than 80% and a bit of wind-up speed, but this just puts out even more status. You can use it that way around, and honestly, you'll be fine. You may not even notice much of a difference, but this also works. If you were running purely Lavos, I would do it that way, but I don't actually change my builds that much between frames, so I keep the galvanized in there. Right. We've already got Cedo Piece Part 1, so let's go on to the Miso. How solid will do the mobile defense. Yeah, so the electric is forced. You'll always get electric proc on heavy attack, but you can also roll status chance electric procs too. So the extra status chance does work out. Cedo... Did I do something? There is no Miso relic for Cedo. Oh, right. Okay, yes, I knew that. Right, there's 2 Neos. Of course, yes. That completely escaped me earlier. Right then, Neos it is. Let's see. Neo Fisher, Crossfire, why not? Now, to make sure we don't end up with 2 parts at the same time, which would be a little bit awkward, let's start with the Neo C6 because it's the rare. If you run out of Neo C6s in this squad, you can drop down to the Neo T9, but Neo C6 is the starting point because it's the rare. Neo C6, otherwise Neo T9. Looks like Streamline and Arcane Impetus can get close to efficiency cap. I'm not sure what to drop for Streamline. Ample Fiber. I will have a look at that more thoroughly in a moment if you're looking at a efficient Lavos approach. I will look at that more thoroughly in a moment. It's 2 Neos, but isn't either one? Eternalism. There is 1 Neo, there are 2 Neos. They are both the same and different. You know, I could have sworn I didn't pick a spy. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Okay, well, we're in a spy mission. I didn't think I was paying attention, actually. Crossfire spy? Oh, right. Okay, yeah. See, this is one of my issues with the Crossfire label. Like, cute. Okay, you're letting us know that 2 factions are duking it out. What's the mission? Because it just says Crossfire in the listings. Yeah, that threw me off. There, it says it there, Crossfire Spy, derp. Doesn't matter how long you play this game, it still trips you up with things like that. Still trips you up. Alright, looks like C is accounted for, A is accounted for, B is accounted for. Cool, I exist. Let's see, that's a vault. Where's the exit? Because that's a dead end. Maybe the exit's down off towards C. Nope, that's also a vault. Where the... What? And that's also a vault. Right? Yeah. The exit was back the way we came. Sure. Of all the directions, back the way we came from the midpoint was not the one I was going to guess. But there we are then. Hello there, Jack. I can't help but notice this is not what I came here for, so I'll take the fallen bits. I'll take the Bellocs. Spread the traces. Quick question from Jack. Do you recommend to use the inverse option on Lavos abilities to hold cast or not? Keep switching between them. I was wondering how the one and only Lavos Pro does it. Personally, I use tap cast, hold, infuse. However, I would say use it whichever way feels most comfortable for your use case at that point in time. I know some people prefer to have the tap for infusing, especially if they're doing combination infuses or they're doing a load of different infuses. They could just kind of go tap tap and then cast the ability as they need it. Also, rhyme rounds, yay. For me personally, I like to have the hold to infuse, tap to cast, because I can hold infuse whilst doing other things. Like, for example, even casting the fourth ability or second ability. They are long abilities that you can infuse whilst they are happening to be ready for the next ability cast. And then I just tap to cast the ability. So personally, that's how it works out for me, but it'll all come down to your personal preference on that. There is no correct answer other than the one that works for you. Straight up. Alright. Relic selected. Same goes again for those of you in the squad. Neo C6 Radiant if you have it. If you don't have C6, downgrade to the other Cedo Neo. You're very welcome there, Jack. I know this is probably the point where I should chill and be like, now you've had that helpful information, hit the subscribe button. If I wanted to work sales, I wouldn't have quit my previous job. Actually, no, I would have, because it started moving away from sales, and that was ruining the commission. Plus, it sucked. That was the main issue. I think that plugged right. That was. This is what I don't understand. I can put in all of the effort into like a nice, proper, nuanced pitch of something, and I feel like I'm talking to a brick wall. I do that, and Jack's all over. Phrasing. Anyway. Thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Much appreciated, Jack. Yeah, much appreciated. Anyway, let's... It works, yeah. Yeah, that we're gonna ignore the rest of whatever just happened there. Thank you. Consider, when you're not chilling in earnest, you come across an actual genuine person. And the crazy thing is that I don't chill. That's the crazy thing. How many sponsors have you guys seen on this channel? Either here on Twitch or over on YouTube. How many sponsors have you actually seen? Alright, I'm giving up on the whole reactor thing. I'll come back to it in a moment. There have been 2 one-off sponsors and 2 repeat sponsors. The repeat sponsors were Warframe and Warframe themselves. Whoop, nearly screwed that one up. And the 2 one-offs, one was more advertising me than the advertiser, else, that was Raid. And the other one was very recently with Manta Sleep. Now, if I'm advertising Warframe and someone wants to call that shilling, at that point their opinion is nothing to me, I don't care.
Excellent work. A clean extraction.
Not Mantis, Manta. Come on, Mantis. When it comes to a Warframe, that was a genuine endorsement. They reached out, we came to an agreement, and I was very happy to show off the product. When it came to Manta Sleep, same again. They sent me the product, I tried it out, I liked it, and so, yeah, we came to an agreement. And, as I said, Raid Shadow Legends was, if anything, it was a sponsor that I knew would be a sponsor proper, they would pay out, and was a case of, hey, everyone else, channel's open for business. It wasn't the worst.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
To be quite honest,
Everything we came for.
until the gacha mechanics were kicking in, it wasn't the worst game I've had on my phone. Not at all. I don't think, what would I say is the worst game I've ever had on my phone? Because I've been very picky about what I put on my phone. I've been very picky. What would be the worst? I think probably Fire Emblem. Whichever Fire Emblem game it was. I don't really know enough about it to care. Got banned using Warframe. Warframe said it was a cheating software. Oh, interesting. They actually said that outright to you, Josdy. Sweet. You're the first person to actually have that claim. Holy fuck. Josdy, can you send me the proof of that? That'd be great. If you can send me the proof of that, I will absolutely burn it to the ground and salt the earth. How? Well, you've got the message because you just said very clearly in no uncertain words, Warframe said it was a cheating software. So at some point somewhere you've got that. Send that to me as a Discord DM. Send me the proof. I would love to see that. Because that is very, very important information. If that's what Warframe officially have changed their stance to, I want to know about that. You will do. Excellent. Looking forward to it. Thank you. How do you DM on Discord? How do you DM on Discord, I wonder? Are you on Discord? Do you know what a Discord is? How far back do I need to go through this process, just to be very clear? Haha, yeah. Okay, good. So you do have a Discord. So, have you joined the Kengineer community Discord? If not, exclamation my Discord. And then you might somehow, looking at that Discord, see who to send a message to. It might be a bit ambiguous, I'll give, but we'll wait for that to come through. In the meantime, we once again did not get the bloody part. Let's try this again. Come on, Cedo, don't be shy. We only want to, well, build you. We'll bring you into this world. Individual beliefs are not of concern right now, Lobelia. I get it. It's fine. But individual beliefs are not of concern. We have a person claiming they have absolute proof. And that is, well, the number one thing to listen to. Absolute proof supersedes any amount of feelings. If someone has absolute proof, I'm all for it. For anything. Approaching this scientifically? Absolutely. I mean, it's Lavos Prime Day. Lavos Prime. Scientific alchemy, no less. So scientific, there is an entire game mode dedicated to his science. What relics we're looking for right now? Right now, we are cracking Cedo relics. The Neo Cedo. Which is surprisingly comfortable to say, the Neo Cedo. Cedo Neo. That sounds like some kind of European village. Oh yeah, I went down to Cedonio just the other day. Yeah, it was real nice down there. I have to worry about the elements though, make sure you dress appropriately, but if you can handle the elements, yeah, head on down to Cedonio. Let's see, has that message come through as yet? Nope. Oh, wait, yep, there it is. Alright, cool. I'm just going to sit still in a moment. Alright. Yep, cool. That doesn't say what you claimed. It's another case of it. Cool. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to read into that no further. If that's your proof, I am utterly uninterested in what you have to say, because at no point does it even use the word a lack of frame. Oh, this happens every single time. I will every single time give it a light of day, but yeah. Yeah, you're so sorry? Are you really, Josdy? Are you really? You made a claim, you then doubled down, yeah, I have the proof, and what you sent me doesn't even say what you said it says, like... What did you think was going to happen here? Did you think I was going to go, oh shit, he sent me a message. Guys, I must now believe him absolutely. You thought it did? I'm glad that you've taken the opportunity to read it after sending it to me. I'm glad. This is why my chat recognize my sarcastic tone when it comes to things like this. Because it keeps happening. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. But it is the same story every single time. So here's the thing. DE do not endorse third-party applications. They don't, as a matter of fact. And so if something triggers their systems, they're not going to give you some long-winded investigation into what could have caused it. They're just going to go, nope, something triggered it, that's your problem.
Data extracted.
Here's a fun thing. I've been playing Warframe for, what, 5 years? And I've been using a LAVOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO of restriction whatsoever. Not once. And in fact, every single person who has reached out to me claiming they have had an issue as a result of lack of frame, and I do mean every single person, has either failed to provide any evidence whatsoever, or what evidence they provided has not actually said what they claim. It's just never happened. And I've given every single one the time of day to try and look into that, because the moment that changes, I want to know. But that is not today. So, I wish you well. I hope that you have learned a valuable lesson in verifying what it is you are reading before making a song and dance about it. And if I did skim over that correctly, I think... Let me just double check that last bit before I say it out. Upon manual review of account activity, there seems to be no further wrongdoing. Your account has been unbanned as a sign of good faith. So it looks like everything ended in the positive for you anyway. There we are then. You have yourself a wonderful day, and please definitely learn a lesson from this. Cool.
Another job well executed.
Alright then. Just check with the group here. That was a few moments ago. Horror Lion, how are you doing on the Cedo relics? Do you have enough to keep going? Do you have enough to keep going? You have 3 Axie and 1 more Neo. Okay, 1 more Neo. Cool. Let's run through the Neo then. Surely we're going to get something this time. Surely, surely. Come on. Come on. The game can't be this harsh to us. Yes, it can. Let's try. A lot of Syndicate medallions if you can get them in it. If it comes to that, if it comes to that. See how it goes. So yeah, to give you guys a little bit of a background on the different check-ins I have done with regards to people claiming they've been banned for a lack of frame. One person had claimed it relatively early on, was like, oh, I've been banned for such and such. I managed to get a very limited follow-up. It's not something I can really do all that often, but I was given a little bit of time from the community team at DE when I raised the details with them. I was like, look, this has been a recent endorsement by myself. I want to know if I'm making a mistake for my community here. Can you help me out? They looked into it and came back to me. Hi, yes, we've looked into that. Yes, indeed, the person did get banned for use of for breaking TOS, but it was not to do with a lack of frame. That's all the information they were going to give me for security reasons, but they could confirm that much. It's like, okay, well, splendid. Could not ask for better than that. And that was the last I heard from that particular ban claim. I've had people claim, yeah, no, D outright said it. And, well, looked into it. It was a case of, yeah, so they had a ban for using third-party software. The person asked, could it have been a lecker frame that triggered it? And the person at support, who can't give them the answer of what specifically got them banned, because that's their policy, simply reiterated, we don't endorse third-party software, so yes, that can be a relevant item. It's a third-party program, we don't endorse those. What happened is they basically spoke into a mirror and were shocked by their own reflection. So again, another case of that's not proof, that is someone feeding the answer in. Every single time without fail, I have not been given the slightest indication it's actually anything to do with the lack of frame. Because it isn't.
Nearing the console.
DE won't endorse it, but I absolutely will.
Destroying the data.
Until proven otherwise, I absolutely will. I don't trust this. All the others are working. I don't trust this one. Why is this not working? Alright. Wouldn't surprise you if some DE staff use it. I wouldn't be surprised either, not in the slightest, no. I would not be surprised. But again, as DE staff, they can't endorse it.
With no alarms.
Because they have no control over it.
Get to extraction.
If LAVOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO endorsed it, they would be in the shitter trying to then undo that endorsement. And that would be a problem for them, as well as a problem for me. But if they don't endorse it, and somehow tomorrow LAVOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO But me being in trouble, I can accept the fallout from that a lot better than DE can. Oh, I know Stormgate. I absolutely know. I have gone through the entirety of the TOS and end user license agreement, including different regional variations of information. I have compared it to the capabilities of a LAVOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO on it. And this is why I give my disclosure every time the topic comes up that DE do not endorse it, because they asked that I make that clear. That was part of their response on it, to make it clear it is not endorsed by them, it is entirely a third-party item, and it is used at your own risk. As Astorius, I would say a program being able to use something made available not by another program is not itself any kind of allowance. It's like, I allow you guys to watch my videos, and by extension that means you are able to download the videos, because how else could you watch them? Your device has to actually download it. But just because I allow you to download it does not mean I allow you to share it on other platforms entirely. Like if you were uploading my videos entirely to Facebook rather than linking to the video, that wouldn't be okay. But by the same token, you're saying LAVOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO else. It's like, no. The two are not sufficiently connected to draw that line. Alright, I think that was Horrorline saying they were completely out of that. Got one more Neo C6, one more Neo C6. Alright. Let's switch over to the Axie for a moment, because people are running out of the relics. Let's switch over to the Axie for the Cedo. I would rather not do an interception if I can avoid it. Oh, sorry, we'll do the survival. Interception's probably faster, but we'll do the survival. Cedo, upgrade, go, yep. Running. Cedo Axie. Which I feel like everyone here has. You can make all the justifications you like, Engscam, and broadly I agree, but that's still separate from DE's own policy. DE just won't endorse it, and any access that Warframe may have or utilize is still separate from any endorsement on that level. It's still separate. Anyone who is at this point believing they get banned or would get banned for Warframe is not listening to reason, they are listening to fear. It is entirely couched in fear.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have
So, rationalizing it, it's honestly a waste of breath.
They have just shut down.
If you know the rationalization, you're fine.
Sending life support capsules your way.
Someone who genuinely asks, fair enough. You're not born with the knowledge. But every claim of it will or is likely to, bullshit. Purely born of fear and misinformation. Is Warframe even detectable? Everything's detectable.
Enemies are dropping reactants.
Just depends on the means of detection that's employed, but everything's detectable. Even the things that shouldn't be detectable can be detectable. It just requires the right kind of detection. So, if you're asking, do DE have precisely the means to detect it? How would I know? How would anyone outside of DE know? They don't share that information for security reasons. So the functional answer is everything's detectable. Yes, that includes the art you've been drawing of Saren. DE, no. Reb approves.
Life support on the way.
Either Reb or Megan, one of the two would approve. We don't need to ask, we don't need to know. We could just be fairly certain at this point. The direction things have gone. Damn, I've never landed up there before, okay. It's the Art Major Rusalka now, not Saren. ¿Por qué no los dos? Just putting it out there.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the air.
Just putting it out there.
Activating it.
Much like the artists are. You've been tapped out just listening. What are you hearing? That we recognize that Reb and Megan really have a lot of fun with this game.
The relic has been cracked open.
D may have said that Rusalka isn't Saren. That's fine, Labelia, but that's not what I suggested. That's not what I suggested. What I suggested, to put it into plainer English, in case it's not translating very well for you, is that art doesn't have to be exclusively one or the other. Art can be art. Art can be a well-posed nix on a thumbnail. Art can be art. You were surprised when they squashed the rumor that Rusalka's not Proto-Saren? I was surprised that she wasn't at least, like, some way related. Like, the character design is so close. I was genuinely shocked. Genuinely shocked that they weren't going any kind of direction with that. Doesn't have to be Proto-Frame necessarily, although the opportunity is still there for that as well, with Entrati's experiments. So I was surprised they just completely shut that down. Wonder if Victor will be a Proto-Frame? That I do find unlikely. That I do find unlikely, with the sheer hatred that Victor shows for anything to do with Tekrot, with Proto-Frames, the Hex, the whole lot of it. Victor's level of purity to it just wouldn't allow it. Whereas the step above with Rusalka, it could very much be a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of approach. Victor just doesn't have the right, dare I say, writing to lead into such a developmental reveal. A former Scaldra would be very interesting. I mean, why former? Someone who had a lesser reaction to Entrati's experiments, or managed to get away while still in the very early stages, who has been receiving treatment from Scaldra, or what they claim is treatment, but really is just trying to keep them in line. Could be something more evil and malicious. Storylines with abuse and Warframe kind of go hand in hand. The idea of some slightly rotted or slightly framed individual, a slight proto-frame, or accepted one of the good ones, which they'll kill as soon as their purpose is done. I could absolutely see that. We have plenty of historical examples of the quote-unquote one of the good ones being kept around until no longer needed, so that could easily fit into a storyline like that. Very easily. He's a villain who enjoys being a villain, doesn't give a lot of space for more stories. I mean, he doesn't see himself as a villain. He enjoys his role because he sees his role as important and valuable and helping. He sees it as correct. And of course he's going to enjoy doing that because he's correct. We could disagree with him all we damn well please, just like I disagree with these drops. What even is this? But from his perspective, nothing wrong. Story also far can help but are we the baddies? Perspective. That is the perspective. Alright, we've got M6s. Excellent. Do I have a promo code for Warframe? Can you use it for Prime Access by any chance? No and no. Creators don't really have promo codes, to my understanding. The promo code I can give you is for a glyph, if you would like a glyph. I can certainly give you a promo code for one of those. Exclamation mark glyph if that is what you would like. You got that already? Ah, fair enough. I had to put it out there. But yeah, outside of sponsored events, I've never heard of a creator just having a promo code hand out in Warframe. In terms of are we the baddies, we're not necessarily the outright baddies in 1999, for example. The tech rots are definitely the baddies there. But from the perspective of Skuldra, you've got the clear dominant force in terms of a militaristic presence who are trying to repel the tech rot. And then you've got this upstart squad of infested people attacking the Skuldra. And there's only really one conclusion that can be drawn by that for anyone who looks at the Skuldra as a legitimate force, and that is, oh dear god, they're fighting the infested, and there's these infested human combos fighting them back. Yeah. Those gotta be baddies. Those poor humans have been corrupted by the tech rot, and it's evolved, and it's controlling them. And it's trying to pull on our heartstrings, but nope, it's quite clearly attacking the legitimate forces protecting us. Those are the baddies. That perspective is very reasonable. I'm stuck. Help. There we are. I'm okay. It's always been clear we murder a lot of people who don't want to die. Yeah. I mean, most people don't want to die, just kind of putting it out there, but yeah. We do engage a lot of combatants, but that's the thing, is we pretty much, not exclusively, but pretty much only kill combatants. It's one of the more redeeming qualities of the Tenno in general. That's part of our cause. Ultimately, those who live by the sword die by the sword. You decide to be a soldier, expect to get shot. That's kind of understood when it comes to war. They are. We're wearing corpses and all. Do you seem like the baddies? All a matter of perspective, really. It's like the perspective of, oh, necromancers are evil because they're abusing and mutilating corpses. It's like, yeah, here is a bunch of just meat that was going to decay into a skeleton and then just kind of sit in the ground, or maybe you'd burn it and just have a pile of ashes on a jar. Or it could be reanimated, and as a result of reanimation, that meat and skeleton is now no longer being wasted, and it can take the role, a dangerous role, that a living person no longer has to take and suffer through. From that perspective, necromancy is absolutely fine. Now I get that Warframes have not been created in such nice fashions. There is much more horror behind that. But again, it's just demonstrating the levels of perspectives that can be invoked. If a warframing process was done to criminals of the Orokin Empire, then it's the Orokin Empire repurposing and otherwise to be executed individual. They can instead serve the Empire rather than just be thrown away. So again, the perspective can be twisted depending on whose starting position you are on. And it is very possible to just look at all of the sides and go, can any single one of you stop screwing up? And the answer is no. They're all going to keep screwing up. That's the bitter truth of war. There's also a bit of cultural thing that puts you off necromancy. You know, an MTG on the plane of Amonkhet, there are zombies that naturally reanimate and are considered honoured undead. Yeah, fair enough. And to be honest, that all comes down to individual cultural biases, personal biases, stories that get written around it. Let's face it, the stories people come up with to justify their actions are innumerable and will always contradict with someone else's.
Look what our Tenno operative just found.
Ain't no getting around that, that's just how it works. It would, wouldn't it, Nitro? Yeah. Okay, don't do that to me. I'm here for the Cedo bits. But we do have the Cedo bits, we can dip out on this one. There's just that one part left to get. Yeah, with necromancy, it's not always a case of simply animating the body. That is the more ethical elements and really only gets argued on a case of how dare you desecrate the dead. And that really comes down to different cultural perspectives. Another variant of necromancy is soul trapping, and that then becomes exploitative. This is taking away someone's agency, this is causing someone harm by forcing them to do your bidding. This person who is supposed to be able to rest, move on to the next life, or whatever else like that, it's been corrupted and stolen from them. And that is a form of necromancy that is objectively evil. Using evil in a sense of being unnecessarily cruel to others, exploiting them for your own gain, interest or purposes, that kind of thing. You know, I completely forgot that I had argon crystals there. This entire time, it's just kind of blended into it, but the way they popped in there, it reminded me, yeah, I've got argon crystals just there. Alright then. How's progress farming? Pretty good. Pretty good. Cedo, we still need the blueprint. I think I have all the parts and just need the blueprint. Let's triple check that, just to be certain I can spell. So, where's the blueprint? There it is. Yeah, I've got all the parts, so we just need the Neo C6. So, those of you in squad, last check, do you have Neo C6, or do you need to go somewhere to sort that out? We can load into a relay. In fact, let's just load into a relay. I think someone said they needed to do it anyway, so let's just load a relay. Ah, itchy nose. Be glad despite the grey and perspective, Tenno still allows me good guys. Too many settings are miserable and bad all the time everywhere. Yeah, fair do. Fair do. Well, Lava Prime? In the oven. Kind of. Hey, Evil Angel, you're very welcome. Anjai? Not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that one. Maybe it is Evil Angel and just going for a different character, but all the same, you're very welcome. I do hope that you enjoy the knowledge that's given you. It is definitely meant to be Angel. Cool. Alright. Why do some content creators get new stuff day one from D and some don't? If you're referring to day one access, that is something that a creator needs to sign up to, and it comes with certain stipulations around it, not least of which, when it comes to proper FTC disclosures, wherever appropriately relevant. If you're referring to Prime Access packs, those are not given away for free to creators at all. So if you see someone with access to a Prime Access pack, it's because they purchased it themselves, or won it in a giveaway, more generally. But creators are not given Prime Access packs. I have an inbox message. Why do I have that? Don't know how many you need. What do I... Mirror I have no purpose for this. I have genuinely no purpose for this, Mirror Thank you for the 10 Argon Crystal decorations. How many I need is 0. Thank you. Alright, squad, let me know when you've got a hold of all of your relics or relic packs and whatnot. We are looking for C6, so let me know when you're sorted, if you're sorted for good or for bad. Not like that, Mirror That's Argon Crystal decoration. It shares a name, but it's not the name. Come on. One more C6. Excellent. Alright, we can do this then. Fast travel to navigation. Sabotage. C-Doll, C6, that is it. Yep. Alright, mine's loaded up, looking for the rest of the squad here. But I still have a shield blessing right now? Yeah, I can do a shield blessing. Pop. There we are. Shield blessing applied. Spent last standing. We didn't get any more C6s. This will be last until Zoran pieces. Fair do. Well, fingers crossed we get it this time then. Fingers crossed. Just waiting on Mirror to equip the C6. We'll be good to go. Shenpai got 100 times Ember Alien practice. Fair do. Alright. Come on, game. Be good to us. Be good to us.
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths.
I'm gonna respect them with Spore Laser Go Burr. Is that okay? Is that respectful enough? I'm hoping that's respectful enough. Because it's happening anyway. Gonna need that reactant. Thank you. And that's got us a lot. I now also have an infinite ammo Spore Laser. So I'm just going to hold down the fire button. I hope no one has any complaints with this.
That's the reactor. Expose its core and destroy it. Target destroyed. Proceed to the
Target destroyed, yep. I can see why. I don't know if I've fired enough shots yet, guys. I don't really have the fire rate on at the moment because I'm still using this meter cavat for more drops. Oh god, it's still going. Alright, let's switch up the music and the request to byte here.
As you conquer the
There we
foe,
go, it's finally
so
over.
you conquer yourself.
But no Cedo piece. Very disappointing. Alright, I think that has expended everyone in squad. So we're going to need to get more people together for this one. Those of you in squad, Jellyfish, Horrorlion, thank you very much for bringing along your relics. Unfortunate on the results there. Mirrorlabe, if you're out as well, thank you very much for joining in. And we shall indeed be bringing in new people with the C6 ready to go. Let's bring in Jesse. Actually, I'm going to leave out the relays. We're not constantly loading into that. What are the tickets for? Tickets for the raffle. Exclamation mark raffle for the details on that Kiwi. I'll resend the invite because that might have just broken that squad. Actually, that will have broken that squad. There we go. So we got Jesse in with a new set of relics. If anyone else has a Neo C6, I would like to take a shot at getting the Cedo Prime part. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer, ! Join the chat if you don't know how to do that. How do you get the new relics? So you can get them from relic packs, you can get them from gifted relic packs, and if you're out of all of that lot, you then go farming the same way you would any set of new relics. So for lifts, your best option is to go to Hepit in the Void. Otherwise, you can also do the first 2 rounds of Olympus on Mars. For Miso, you want to go to round 3 and above for Olympus on Mars, or you want to go for Ukko in the Void. For Neo, again, Ukko in the Void, or go to on Uranus for Disruption all the way through. And lastly, for Axie, you want to be going to Apollo on Lua, or go to Kappa on Sedna. That's all the spots. You like some purple? There you are. Have some purple. Got purple. Yeah, we're definitely going to have more people available than just Jesse here. I know it. I can fill in my Lavosian bones. If you've got the relic available, you're welcome to join into the squad. How much does Lavos Prime Access cost? Check on the website, warframe.com/Prime Access. You should be able to see it there in your own currency. Yeah, this is the relic we're looking for. Neo C6. Ductile's got 2 of them. Come on in. So glad I farmed up 1,000 Void Traces before stream today. So glad. Alright, Milo, take care. Am I British? Yes. Yes, I am. Sips tea. Actually, I can't. I'm out. Bollocks. Also says bollocks. Definitely British. You accidentally declined? My. Oh my. Come on then. You know, usually I wouldn't challenge it when someone calls me a good man. It's like, oh, fair enough, that's a compliment, I'll take it. Are you calling me a good man exclusively because of my nationality? I'm sure you're not, but that's the way it looks. You're popping in from Melbourne, Australia. Oh, welcome on in. Welcome, welcome. There we are. To be fair, most people hate the British. I mean, I don't know if that's really fair, but if you say so. Now, Labelia. Now, Labelia. You may have put it in quotes. That's still a problem. Let's not cross that line. Kiwi, no, I'm not descended from any of those involved in that. Absolutely not. My family do not herald from such high-born positions to make such judgments and cast it down. Hardly.
Each enemy is more powerful than before. Only with true mastery of the Tenno arsenal will you
I know, Kiwi, I know. I'm just absolutely terrible at yes-anding. Especially when it comes to racial tensions. I find the line just far too blurry and I choose not to cross it at all on a live stream. This conversation seems to be going places. It certainly do that, yes. It's the difficulty of nationality-based or racial-based humor. It's like, well, okay, yeah, no, that doesn't really work for a lot of people, and I'm going to try and stay to the safe side of it. Which unfortunately means shutting down conversations flat and taking jokes and just dismantling them in the way that I am so very adept at doing. No training needed for that. Oh, fair enough, Kiwi. Fair enough. At least on one side of my lineage, my dad did do some tracking through the records and managed to find, if you go far enough back on what's it, paternal line for me, I think it's called. You end up at a Lancelot, son of Lancelot. That's how utterly English I am. That the heritage goes back, still in England, to when Lancelot was a common name. And such there was a Lancelot, son of Lancelot. As my great many times I've lost count grandfather. Are we just never going to get this Cedo piece? Because that's going to be disappointing.
They fought well. Good deaths all.
Your dad's side goes back fully Irish to 1080 AD. Eh, fair do. Fair do, fair do. That'll be 16th century or 13th. There are multiple Arthurian fans in history. Honestly, I have no idea. I only know the information from my dad showing it to me kind of passingly. I was like, oh, cool, alright. I am not that heavily invested in understanding my family tree that far back. When you get that far back, I'll be quite honest. At that point, the connection between direct ancestors and just the global community is basically equal to me. Seriously. I have only passingly more connection to Lancelot, son of Lancelot, than I do any nameable person in history that far back. The connection is beyond loose. Even from a genetic standpoint, the connection is very, very loose. Ignoring any possibility for intertwining of family trees, because just, let's face it, that happens with enough generations, it physically has to. But skirting around that for a moment, within one generation, just up to parents, you're sharing half a DNA. 2 generations, quarter. 3, you're at an eighth. You go back 10 generations, and you're at about 0.1% shared DNA. Assuming no crossovers of the family line. 0.1%. So even from a genetic level, there is functionally no greater connection. There's a difference of 99.9% unrelated and 100% unrelated, and there is no truly 100% unrelated anyway. But yeah. When it gets that far back, I'm just like, that's cool, but it's not really me. It ceased to be relevant to me at that point. We have the same name? Well, we don't, actually. No. As much as that is a paternal line going that far back, don't have the same name. Didn't work out that way. Turns out, names aren't immutable. Turns out names can change. Yeah, do too. Okay, thanks. I have no idea what you're smoking right now, but it's now become hard to follow. Oh, that was a satisfying dash. That was a satisfying one. I know I'm being speed boosted, I don't need the dash, but it's still satisfying. Okay, that was weird. Very weird glide. Allegedly, your father's side has German roots, but as far as you're concerned, you're 100% Texan? Yeah, absolutely valid. If you spent your entire life born and raised somewhere, only consuming the culture of that area, only experiencing the nature of that area, that's you. Yeah, that's you. For all reasonable purposes. Cedo piece. It's finished. Now, I'm not talking on a legal standpoint, of course. Legally, things get very much more complicated, and because this is not a politics channel, let alone a legal channel, we're definitely not going to go down that road. I'm sure everyone has their own opinions and observations on that side. Keep them. like I do my own on that. Right, let's get that Cedo building. Let us get that Cedo building. I've got a lot of stuff in this foundry I'll deal with at some point. Eventually, maybe. Possibly. Who knows. Alright, this brings us on to the Jewel Zora. I don't know why I'm even searching there. I don't have a single bit for it. Hang scam, stop on the spam please, or you will find yourself unable to. Thank you! Neo denies pain? It is, yeah. So, the Neo have already been a bit of a pain for us just in farming. So this being a rare, double rare needed because you need 2 of the parts, that's not where I want to start. How to get relics for that so fast? I got 108 relics from opening packs, 3 relics from doing some missions, and 200 relics from someone gifting them to me. Right there. Just right there. How do you join my missions? Exclamation mark join for the detail on how to do that. And just to be very, very clear as to how how those relic packs work, it's 50 platinum per pack. Mirrorlab gifted me 40 of these. So yes, Mirrorlab dropped 2,000 platinum on that, just to make this whole experience that bit easier. So thank you very much for that, Mirrorlab. I do appreciate it. Did I tell you my opinion on the Lavos armor attachments? They look a bit bulky, not sure where, when or how I'd use them. But then I'm also not a fashionista, so I didn't expect I'd know where, when or how I'd use them. Yeah. Any tips for how to get a gift like that? Step 1, be amazing. Step 2, be publicly amazing. Step 3, don't hope to ever get it. That is it. I got a couple Neo D9s. Yeah, assuming we've not got a full squad of people who also have them, but we're not starting on the rares anyway. We're not going to start on the rares, we're going to start on the more likely to pay out stuff. So let's start with Axie P8. Axie P8, and Jesse's gone. Alright, amazing start. Oh dear. That's fine. Let's close off some of these older tabs so we can keep track of things more reasonably. We got Regnak wanting to jump back in. We've got Leslie looking for it. We've got the one space. I'm going to go for Leslie because they've not been with us so far, Regnak. Oh wait, no, Regnak's not also not been with us. They were unlucky they didn't get to join in. Never mind, you can come on in. There we are. Could I just say, Missing Neo's got 3 of the others. That's fine. We'll cycle around when it comes to it. You're getting hopeful until step 3? Yeah. When it comes to getting gifts from people, expect nothing. They're gifts. You shouldn't be expecting things. That's the whole point. If you're expecting, it's a transaction. Only have the Neo. Fair enough then. Bring you in when it's Neo time. You stood around for it. Axie, we're full up, sorry. Only have Neos, that's absolutely fine. Alright. We got our squad, let's do the Axie. We're going to Hydron. Yes. Back to the roots where it all began, in a sense, I suppose. No upgrading needed, just straight up intact P8 on Hydron. Let's do it. Someone gifted 2k plat worth of relic packs? Yes. Yes, they did. What's my favourite Warframe? Chat, what is my favourite Warframe? Would someone be so kind as to enlighten Kiwifru what my favourite Warframe is? There we are. Every single answer you see in chat is correct. All of them. It's Lavos. Oh god, Quintus, if they're at the stage of asking what's my favourite frame, you don't need to introduce them to what happened to that Urayli. That is far too early for that lore. At least let them get acquainted with the community before you drop that on them. Oh, Lord.
Enemies are dropping reactant. Reactant is working on your relic. Find
It's 2 streamers with your already investment. Investment is not perhaps the word I would use. Not the word that springs to mind in this case. Why do I have a message? Hi. We are full up at the moment, so hi. By investment you mean burning a former? Yes. Former, yes. Just yeah, just former. Definitely no other words needed to describe what's going on with that. What the fuck is that? What a light show. You feel concerned about this? That is the correct feeling. Come on, reactant. Fill us up. Alright, primary weapon has infinite ammo, but it's an Incarnon. Incarnons don't care for infinite ammo. It doesn't work like that. Oh well. My fault for bringing an Incarnon, I suppose. You'll have a Prime's bacon? Nice. I still need to get the Argon Crystals, but it's fine. Fully Omniform Lavos Prime when? Who's to say? Auriform has changed to Omni? I'm aware. And plenty of us are aware, I suppose, as well. It'll matter more when it's actually released, yeah. Also, Omniformers don't count Umbral polarities, so do bear that in mind as well. How long do I think it'll be until the Mastery rank becomes Legendary 5? I have no idea on that. I've not been keeping track of it. I'm not even at Legendary 4 myself, because I don't care for Mastery chasing. So, I have no idea, sorry. With the Omniform rework, you hope we'll gain a source of it other than arbitrations? Platinum. There's Platinum. If anything, farming it via Platinum might actually be the better shout than almost any other source. Just saying. I mean, that's if you are even remotely capable of trading. If you are one of these Luddites that hide away from the very concept of trading, then fair enough. Don't go for Platinum, I guess. Or just buy Plat with real money, that's also an option. Our Encore will definitely get us to Emma at Legendary 5. Oh, fair dude. We have some MR chasers confirming where it sits. That's good to know. Did you hallucinate that Transformer will also become Omni for melee? I don't recall D mentioning anything on that specifically, but then they might have hidden some detail somewhere. It might be that the Omniformer becomes available to everything. I'm not certain if they've given us the full clarity on that. Alright. Jules Oran Piece first time, come on. Jules Oran Piece first time. Show me the good stuff.
unless you can handle more of the enemy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh. I'll take the Velox piece. I picked up enough other Velox pieces, I might as well have a set to sell. Alright, let's try again, because I'm sure we've all got more relics than that one. I've got another 7 of them. Now, I imagine that DE are definitely thinking over the details when it comes to Omniformers. We'll find out more in the next dev stream. So don't you worry your little cotton socks when it comes to that. We will get the information in due course, and the biggest thing you can be certain of is whatever worries you may have about it will be addressed. Whether addressed positively or negatively, whether your worries are founded or not, who's to say, but there's no point worrying about it ahead of time until we get that further information. And then you can complain if you need to. Cheers, Agia. Thank you for the extremely specific timer on when the dev stream is. Am I trying to get 1 level or multiple level? I have already got my 1 level. I'm now working on the prime weapons. That's my focus. I don't usually hard farm stuff for platinum, partly because I play this game enough that I actually just have enough things to sell for platinum in general. I'm not trying to be one of these guys with 100,000 platinum. I have no reason to. Yeah. I've got 6.5k, I'm good. Am I going to build Lavos today on stream? Nope. I will set the parts building, but I'm not going to rush them. No reason to rush them in this case. Then we get second lava for helmet. Ellie. Way ahead of you. My 4th Lavos is in the helmet. Or technically 2nd. Way ahead of you. Momic, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Are you sure you're in the right channel? That doesn't sound very anything we do here, Warframe or otherwise. Have you clicked the wrong page?
Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
It's fine. I've done that myself before now. Hell, there's the people we've had to hurriedly delete messages from here who have accidentally pasted their passwords into chat rather than into games they were trying to log into. So, it's fine if it is the wrong chat. Happens. Where is that last enemy? Oh, dead. That's where. Wave complete. Waha. I don't know why my nose is so itchy today. What is this? Ugh. Just showing an anecdote, you're related, we're gaming here, so relevant. Oh, I see. Right, okay, that's fine. Got it. Non-sequitur celebration. Got it. You sure that's someone's password? I'm sure it is, LU. I am absolutely sure that is someone's password as well. And then Mega Boss here bringing out the old references. My word. That's a reference that dates a man right there. Or not man if the case may be. I should hope it goes without saying, mods, keep an extra eye at the moment. If someone does post something convincingly like their own password, just wipe it out. I don't know what it is about cautionary tales, but for some reason, when talking about something cautionary, it has the effect of increasing the likelihood of it happening, almost ironically. Because in being so focused in not making a mistake, some people will then think about how they would make the mistake, and then kind of subconsciously just do the thing they're thinking about, leading to the mistake. It's a weird way of weird quirk of psychology, but it happens surprisingly often. Happens surprisingly often. Slightly similar to how every time I increase the size of the mod team for this channel, shit hits the fan. Every single time without fail. If I've expanded the mod team, over on the Discord especially, next thing I know, we're having to moderate something we've never had to moderate before. Not at the moment, Ellie. Not at the moment. But good to know you're paying 5% attention. Why are they all the way over here? Oh well. What's this? Does this acolyte just not want to deal with the rest of us? There we are. Alright. Get my cat back up. Get someone else's cat back up by slamming onto it. It's definitely the healthy way to do it. Just running right at the same time. Fair do, Ellie. Fair do. Honestly, jellyfish, I got nothing to add on that one. Don't know why you got swordfish on the mind, but fair enough. That is indeed a thing, I guess. Frick is a thing I'm seeing on my radar. I was trying to follow my radar to kill it. It's running around the pillar.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now or continue fighting?
Do we leave now? Well, do we have the reward we're looking for? That's the question. And, well, we do, but we need 2 of these. I think someone said that was their last relic, though. Yes, Dugtile's last relic, that one. So we'll dip out here. There we go. We are getting closer and closer to having the full prime sets. Alright, Regnak, you have yourself a good one. Yeah, Regnak's out, Ductile's out. Chronosia, I think, has 1 more of those. I'm going to close off the old tabs so we can focus only on those who are actually active. It was the Axie Relic P8. We were doing. Yes, P8. So, if you are available to join in with the Axie P8, would like to get yourself that Jules Zoran piece, send me a message in game, the Kenjin, I'll bring you on into the squad. Axie P8 does not need to be enriched in any way. 3 of those. Was that not the one we were doing at the moment? How are you going from 1 to 3? Was that not the one we were doing? Yeah, that was the one we were doing. Yeah. Okay. And there's what's going on with that math. Got a single P8? Come on in. One of Neo, 3 of Axie. Okay, we were doing the Axie, so fair do, fair do. And we got Labelia. Come on in. There we go. That's the squad. As soon as they join. There we are. That's Pandal. And that's Labelia. Sorry, Quintus. A little too slow on the draw again. I'm sorry, dude. You gotta be a little bit quicker on that one. Steel Path? Yes. Are you not able to do Steel Path? Yeah, you are. Come on, you're Legendary too. You can do Steel Path. Ah, well. You're running Ukko for the Jules Zoran part? Fair do. I imagine a lot of people are going to be doing that. Can do, just changing build. Alright, be quick on it. I'm sure you've got a build ready to go for Steel Path. It's just a defense, it's fine. Let's have a look at your weaponing here. was the last time I used Latrum Prime? Let's mix it up. Its defense is still 5 waves at the moment, Death Scholar, still 5. Is it alright if you stick around for the 1? Yeah. That's fine, Chronosia. If you got the 1 relic, you got 1 relic. That's just how it be. How good is the Xeno Prime? I have not yet built it. So I will get back to you on that when I have you the answer.
These foes deserve your respect. Honor them with quick deaths, and I with your victory.
Oh, right then.
Void fishers. You need them to open a relic, but are you confident you can withstand their fury?
Let's get this gun charged up. Oop. Okay.
A fisher. Defend yourself and use reactor to open relics.
There we go. It's charged. And now... mess. Look at all that bouncing goodness. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's like hacking, but it's not. Is it okay to ask a few things about building levels here? I would say, first of all, make sure you've watched the up-to-date levels guide, ! Lavos, if you would like to know more about that. Definitely make sure you have watched the up-to-date levels guide, and if you still have questions after that, no doubt more specific questions than general at that point, then by all means, ask away. I feel like this is a lot of zoom. Why do I have this much zoom? May wish to check my build, see if I've not got a plus zoom going on here. I've just got a P8. Nice. At least I hope it's a relic you're on about. Otherwise it sounds like some kind of scary tax form. That was a very zoomy weapon. I suppose later on it's zoomy, Lavos is zoomy, it works. Zoomies, zoomies. It works. God, they are moving quick. Sit still. They're even sped up in the animation of being stunned. Ah. Relic Cracktuth. Will there be a Dante build from the Survives and use him as... Sorry, Clem, did you have a stroke? Because I genuinely have no idea what you just said in that message. Also, will there be a Dante build from the Survives and use him as my main and do enjoy it, also actually P8 long? Like, if you just had coffee. Too much coffee. Because I can't process that one. Can I ask about Dante plans in the Zero to Hero YouTube series? Where did you get that from? Dante build from the Survives? 2 messages in 1. Only 2? Alright. As for a Dante build from Zero to Hero, I haven't even got Dante yet, so that's going to have to wait. And it will come down to what Dan has available to him. And how much time and effort I'm willing to put into building it. It'll all come together in due course. You shall see. I will discover it with you. Clarifying the Axie P8. I see, okay. Alright. Thanks for the reminder, Vandal.
Extraction is ready. Unless you can handle more.
Let's grab all the loot that I can. Not that much time. I'm getting stuck. Grab the mods. It's 5 endo. No! Darn. Didn't get the mod and didn't get the part. This is just everything wrong. Alright. How many more episodes do I think Dan will need? I have no idea. A difficult part of it is actually the quests. Because I could just blitz through the quests, I really could. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of people watching want to see the quests. And the quests take a long time to edit into the videos. A long time. I could just leave the quests in unedited, the entire thing. Let me tell you, that would suck. That would well and truly suck. But in terms of progress made to time spent in video, quests are really, really heavy on the video side. Really heavy. Whereas, like, doing all the Tusk Thumper hunts, I cut that down to just Thumper dies, check loot, Thumper dies, check loot, Thumper dies, check loot, Thumper dies, check loot. Much quicker. Leslie, you can use Vault's 4th ability as a bit of a CC, however you need to have one hell of an energy income to be able to make it a continuous CC. And guess what? Dan does not have access to a lot of stuff. Yeah, let's have a look here. What's the general vibe? Never mind, that's just all the goof. I'll look at that later. Is the thing you like about post-Pokemon Nuzlocke, so skip the quests. Because the quests are always repeated, they don't say it. It's not a problem once, not a problem at all. Alright. Okay, so, we've had people dip out. Let's recruit new. We've still got a Labellion squad. There we go. We've got a Quintus. Only have the Neo. We're not on that note. Cool. And that's all the messages. Okay. Intermission will be 2 minutes. Oh, that's a problem then. Okay, so we got space available. If someone has an Axie P8 would like to join us, first come, first serve on that. Axie P8. We are getting the Jules Oren. This one right here. Doesn't need any upgrading because it's an intact only relic to be able to give us the best chance of that common part. Send me a message in game, the Kengineer. I'll bring you into the squad if you've got yourself an Axie P8. More than one is ideal, but one is fine. Mr. News, so I have 2 questions about the build in your guide. Why corrosive projection over growing power? No, corrosive projection is usually better. What about non-armor enemies? We try to be as flexible as possible on Lavos. 2, why only 1 shard for corrosive stacks? Okay, first of all, you already have your answer on number 1. Why corrosive projection over growing power when it's usually better? Because it's usually better. If you wish to build more towards non-armored enemies rather than the typically stronger armored enemies, you're welcome to do so. That is entirely your prerogative. As for your second question, why only 1 shard for corrosive stacks? Because total armor strip doesn't actually give you that much versus 1 Tau Forge for the strip. So this here will get you to a 98% armor strip. With heat, you're also going to get to 99% armor strip. If you've got any corrosive projection going on, it's all just going to stack further. You are so close to total strip that the remaining armor is functionally nothing. Certainly nothing you need to worry about. And so you have the shard slot open for something else much more useful. That's how that works. Got an Axie P8, come on in. We got 1 more spot available, which may be taken by Quintus, but it's open to first come, first serve. Synchronicity, say first time I managed to catch one of your streams. Bet you're in hog heaven with Lavo Prime. Oh yeah, we've already got Lavo Prime farmed up. I do need to get a hold of the Argon Crystal still. I don't know why I'm searching Argon of all bloody things. That's how tired I am. Yeah, need to get the Argon Crystals, then I'll be good to go. I'll be fine. Yeah, looks like we may well be bringing in Quintus. Oh, wait, no, never mind. We got a message. We got a message. It's Ronald. All right, there we are. Quintus had the opportunity. Quintus lost the opportunity. Let's go. First comes, first serve. And it's a P8. Let's crack it. Literally saying, even with the reveals and all, what's the point of reacting to a quest if you've already seen it time over time? How do you react to second time stuff you've seen? You don't, that's the point, yeah. I'm not reacting to the quests, I'm more kind of including them in a story-relevant pacing meta while showing off my aspect of gameplay to it. And it's the gameplay handling of the quest that has more of the relevance there. But I'm still including the story so that people who are watching who haven't played Warframe still have something of an idea as to what's actually going on. That's the idea with the inclusion of the quest there. It's just, it's a tough balance to strike in terms of which aspects of story to include. And I will say with Chains of Harrow, it was particularly painful in that not many lines could be discarded. It was... It's kind of the problem of good quests, is that they don't waste time. And so I need to include so much of the quest. Now, Labellion, now come on. Come on. You know that's not how the world works. It doesn't matter if a game is free, and that you can just go and play the quest yourself. Because some people just want to watch someone else do it. If the just play it yourself was the correct answer at all times to gameplay, then no one would be watching this stream in the first place. Including yourself, for that matter.
Lavos time smile.
Snake Raider, thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 26 months. I'm much appreciated there. Thank you, thank you. And I hope you're doing well. Still out of tea. It's water. Oh. Cheers indeed. Zelian say, I'm confused why Otak was cut out of Heart of Deimos. Is it okay to ask why? If yes, why? Who's Otak? To give you a better answer, I took out the lines that were just kind of cringy, humor ad for the sake of humor ad, which wasn't really adding to the story element, and certainly wasn't adding to the video. It was just a case of, like, this guy's really not improving it. If you know of the humor, you don't need it again. If you didn't know what I was going to say, then his absence is almost unnoticeable. Almost. And it got so far that I'd taken out so many of his lines, I decided to just cut him out entirely. What little lines he had left still had so little significance that I could actually cut them out without harming the quest. So I did. His entire part of the quest is to just be obnoxious comic relief. And I was happy to remove that. That obnoxious comic relief, that pacing breaker, was just a waste of time in the context of the video. Plus, yeah, it's funny just to cut him out. It's also something players discover on their own. I mean, kind of, yeah. That's not really my justification for putting it there, though. It's not really my justification. I am cutting out various portions of the progression through quests, like some mild story aspects, as it were. Some lines which are not being included, some of the extra details here or there. And that does mean that when someone goes through it themselves, they get more value. They won't have heard and seen everything, so if they're new to it, they'll be like, oh, I didn't know about that bit, hey! Well, that was unusual. When immune to knockdown, haha, get lift up. Anyway. Any cutting I'm doing of the quest is basically to make it where the video is more broadly accessible and entertaining. If it's included in the video, I feel it's either entertaining enough or significant enough that it needs to be included. You're not being unfair about it. You're not being unfair on saying the whole skipping of quests. I'm not particularly familiar with Nuzlocke as a thing, but from what little I know from my friend, it's very much a more advanced playthrough, rather than just, oh, a playthrough with a challenge. It's quite an advanced thing, and usually that then gets the attention of people who are either there for that kind of advanced challenge, or are themselves already advanced in the game and therefore will have experienced the story, like you say. So in those cases, the default of just skipping all the story stuff makes sense. Whereas for a playthrough like mine, which isn't aimed at your hardcore players, it is much more of a playthrough, then that one also deserves to have the quest content included for the nature of the audience it reaches to. But again, it's all a trade-off. It's why I've not included any of the Duviri story, despite having Duviri content in the videos. And that's because, quite frankly, the Duviri story just didn't have enough reason to fit, that I was safe to skip it entirely. The quest happened, I didn't include it. I still feel that it's designed... They're a little bit hamstrung at this point by it originally being designed as a alternative new player entry. I get there as an experiment, I feel like that experiment has cost Duviri. I genuinely feel like that experiment has unfortunately cost Duviri. And if anyone at DE feels the same, they are no doubt aware of how that sits and how little they can change that now. It is what it is. Yay, Zoran Peace. Good, we're done here. Or at least on this particular part. Yeah, if unless I can change currently? Well, it's the very nature of a live service game. It would take a lot of work for them to redo any significant portion of that quest, let alone just the placement. They've moved the placement from a alternative starter to you can pick it up once you do the tutorial to all the way around to, what was it? Saturn, I think it is? On the OC 6 minutes? That we did, what do you know? Zon's worth 220 platinum coin to Lekka, day one price is going crazy. Yeah, it's day one prices as normal. They do that. But yeah, parts of the Duviri quest that make no real sense is that it includes a tutorial as to how to use a Warframe, including going through a very starter, pick your frame kind of approach, despite the fact that everyone who's playing that quest has already gone through the tutorial and picked a starter frame. Not only this, you could have even farmed up the other starter frames by that point, so it feels really weird. If you haven't farmed the other starter frames, like Dan hadn't, and you pick something that's other than your own starter, you go through the quest playing with that frame, but it doesn't become another starter for you. Despite all of the dressing of looking like a pick a starter, it's not actually a pick a starter. And that's another thing that would need to be reprocessed. How are they going to handle that story section of development? There are weird inclusions like calling out a Nama Veil, getting you to interact with it, and then it just has a little bit of a voice interaction between Drifter and Teshin. One, why are we calling out a Nama Veil to a player that hasn't experienced Nama in the slightest? Why would we tease that? It has no value to be teased, and in worst case scenario is going to get them Googling it. What was that Nama Veil about? Spoilers! And then they go, oh, I didn't want to even see that blurb text on the Google link, damn. I don't see the value of it being there. It's things like that. This makes it more confusing? Yeah, so it either throws in a detail they know nothing about, and now it's just a nothing, or it throws in a detail that they find out something about ahead of time, and then they've just gone, why is that there? Because no one, almost no one's going to remember it. From the point of doing Duviri at like the Saturn Uranus stage, all the way through to completing New War. There is so much in between that unless you already know why to remember the Nama Veil's there, you're not going to remember it's there. There's too much happening. Momic's saying they should separate Circuit and leave it at Saturn and move Duviri story post New War, make it replayable, please. Replayable is a separate thing. separating out the circuit isn't a terrible shout, actually. I hadn't even thought of that option. Can I show you an Amprex build if I got one? I don't know how up to date it is, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how up to date this build is, but it's worked in the past. That's a room for crit damage electric zoom. Replace as needs be. This one's designed to be a electric viral output. You can of course adjust that into a hunter munitions output or different elemental modifiers to your taste. Primary crux doesn't need to be on here. I think that was for testing purposes. If you're going to use any arcane on here, I would probably go with... Excuse me. I would probably have to go with Merciless. Deadhead is a nice idea, but I don't know if the Amprex is really that great with Deadhead. I mean, it shouldn't be terrible, but Merciless is going to be more reliable, I'd say. There you are. So, Billy say brings up more questions, doesn't answer them for a while. Don't agree with separating circuit because we have to introduce Devuri and how circuit is linked to space origin system. We're moving Devuri past New War. So that's what I'm saying is that there would be work to make those kind of changes. There would be work if they were to separate out circuit and have Devuri yet further into the story. At the very least, behind the second dream, and dare I say War Within. Yeah, behind War Within. Because before then, I feel cheapens the significance of the War Within and the second dream. But if a circuit's going to be separated out, then that requires a alternative introduction, and they need to conceptualize a way to actually handle that. They could have it where you receive a message from other Teshin. Like this, in fact, thinking about it, that could be a way of introducing people to Teshin, because let's face it, you have next to no introduction to Teshin until the second dream, War Within. It's kind of stupid, I'll be honest. The buddy say, a friend asked me to do a little recap of everything just as a dent. Say, it's improbable someone jumped into Devuri and understand. Yeah, I've seen anecdotes of people saying, oh, I did Devuri after all the changes. That was my first new player experience and it made sense to me. And I can't help but think maybe it felt like it made sense, but you really are missing so much of the information. Yeah, the Tar dialogues? Right, yeah, it's back at the Tar, you get a little bit of Teshin. So, there could potentially be that spot there. If D wanted to yet again reshuffle where quests sit, they could invest the time to have a kind of a micro quest. Not even a mini quest, a micro quest of getting introduced to Teshin. Teshin teaches you about Conclave, just says it's there if you wanted to interact with it, he invites you to it, but accepts it's not for everyone. Teshin could talk about how he could be an aid for the higher level things, he could be a guide when you're ready, hinting at Steel Path, but only hinting. It's all about keeping it a little bit subtle for those things. And then a follow-up of when you leave, you get a message from Teshin. Or it just goes, sorry operator, I thought that encoding said this was from Teshin, but I don't really know who this is. And then it is Devuri Teshin speaking to you. And just kind of make a point of, this is a paradox. You have yet to meet me, but I met you long ago. I need your help. Gets you into the circuit and fighting down there. Along comes Devuri, and then you actually get the storyline as to who this Teshin even is. Now you get that kind of a circuit, and we're really setting up the whole time is wibbly wobbly. It shows there is a paradox, there are things which are wrong. They're going to be out of order, which means that if Devuri happens after the War Within, you've got the whole transference reveal, it's its own thing. So that's no longer kind of pseudo-spoiled, let's be real. Duviri does just straight up dump over that being a secret. But it still brings in Duviri before the new war, leaving in also the looping paradox as to how the Drifter gets to where they are. It's all a mess, and that's what happens when you mess with linear time. You create messes. It happens. I do a great Orders impression? Surely not. In terms of quests, that would honestly be one of my biggest bugbears, is the placement of Duviri, the impact that it has on the story's development. The other thing in terms of quests that if I were able to assign the resources, I would want to make a change on, is actually in the new war itself. In the new war itself, the change I would make there, every time you screw up as Drifter, every single time, Drifter needs to reset it. That can be adjusted into an actual plot point as to how the Drifter, out of everyone, is somehow able to pull it off, is somehow able to topple the regime. How does Drifter avoid getting veiled in such well locked down circumstances? And how the hell does the Drifter have this resetting capability that pops up in 1999 when previously is only ever seen in Duviri, a void place, which has different rules from just the world. I've got the animation reworks? I know, yeah. So now you know why I say it would take far too much and D probably wouldn't do it. But if they could, if they decided to spend the time on it, that's where I would put it. To showcase that this curious Drifter has that resetting capability. So if you've not done Duviri yet, you're like, wow, who is this guy? Holy hell. And if you have done Duviri, you've gone, yes, of course, he's got the reset ability. That's how he can handle it. And it would really anchor, this is your Drifter. It's not just some Drifter, this is you. And then you get to 1999, and it's in the back of your mind. Well, we've got this trump card. If it really comes to it, we've got this trump card. Bam. Or you may even have forgotten about it at that point. It's a little bit further along, and then he does it. You're, of course, yeah. It's not out of left field. It has a place. But yeah. I'll say, bring Saving Maru back in front of a bazaar. Kind of weird having access to it beforehand. I thought about that, and I was actually going to challenge it in the Dan series, but then I paid attention to the full storyline, and it was actually fine. We interact with Maru, and then in the quest, it comes about that Maru's kind of done some double-cross stealings and is requesting our assistance. We help out, we give her protection, but then the need for that protection ends, and Maru goes back to business as usual. So I was going to challenge that on the Dan series, because it felt wrong as well to me, until I played it through and went, oh wait, no, actually, it is fair enough. Which is why I've not got any complaint in the Dan series about that. I would have called it out if it was silly, like I did with the Duviri stuff. But it wasn't. Anyway, I have been rambling quite a bit, and part of that is because we have come to, well over time at this point. So I think that a lot of lore points can make sense. They can make sense, but they need the placement and information to be there. Duviri, I still feel, is misplaced and mispaced, which I'm not a fan of. And the Drifter reset, I'm also not a fan of. The fact that it wasn't showcased at all in a New War, and I know that New War came before Duviri in terms of development, but tough, it's a pretty significant ability for a pretty significant character, which we never ever see them use outside of Duviri until 1999. That doesn't sit right with me. That feels like a massive plot point. So yeah. You feel the writing's only going to get sloppier thanks to soloism? I don't know if it's going to get sloppier. Actually, I'd say the writing has improved from where Warframe has been. Especially as they are reducing, not ended, but reducing the focus on story-relevant events. Wasn't the entire point of the new war that Drift didn't have their powers until the deal is made? Kind of yes, kind of no, except they already had their reset in Duviri. They already had it. So did they have their powers or didn't they have their powers? Are their powers void localized or not? None of that is really connected together. The significant point of New War is that Drifter and Operator were separate individuals, and then they managed to effectively combine themselves to be both one and separate. In Duviri, the hand falls, then Drifter is able to control it. Okay. So, you're requiring Lotus's hand to give Drifter access to void powers, despite the reset already having been there, and the Drifter originally had control, they just surrendered the control, which is the whole point of the story of Duviri. And here are all the issues. Here are all of the issues. It's a bit of a mess. I'm not sure that's really supported by the law. Sorry, Ozzy. Warframe story is too confusing to argue about it. I mean, honestly valid. Honestly valid. There are a lot of holes and a lot of breaks and issues all over the place. I started playing around the time that Wisp was released, so any of the event stuff that happened before then, I basically don't have. I'm just not really aware of it. And that applies to a lot of different details. A lot. Including apparently why the Grenadier and Corpus are so at each other's throats. In playing the Arkwing quest again, the Arkwing quest, if anything, has a snippet of a section which suggests where, when and how the Corpus and Grenadier could become at loggerheads. And that could be the start of invasions, but we have access to invasions before that quest. So it doesn't really connect there either. The invasions are there straight away. So yeah. Yaku is part of the old Battle for Mario event. And the event itself is just gone. You know mostly about Alan V and Talrega only through wiki diving? Yep, and that's more again. That is yet more again. It's like... These bits shouldn't be missing like that. And that's the kind of writing that the old Warframe had. So at least with new Warframe, more of it is present. There's still the issues of the Belly of the Beast event, which I'm surprised they brought back. But there's still those quips of orders that are going to go away again. And there's going to be a gap again. I'm just pleasantly surprised they brought it back. Bits should be put back into the game at least as codex entries. I don't know about codex entries, to be honest. There's a whole show don't tell, and the codex is too much of tell rather than show. You're going out of your way to get told it by digging into this. I'm not playing video games to go read a book. If I want to read a book, I'd read a book. Now. You feel like since New War, story has leaned on contrivances a bit. Use this skill to create or bring about something, especially with a consequent effect of artificiality. A device, especially in literary or artistic composition, which gives a sense of artificiality. So to translate for those of us who don't know the English language as well as they hoped, you feel like since the New War, the story has leaned on artificial devices. A bit. I'm not sure if I'm grabbing the context of that correctly. Sorry. I feel like you have outsmarted me in my own language. Yeah. The moment, so we've only had the new management for a couple of years. They've seriously improved the systems a lot already. Hope they get around to tidying up the early story. That's the thing, they've been working with that. Duviri was, if anything, baggage. I don't think they said as much, but from my understanding, Duviri was a bit of a... not a cursed chalice, but... yeah, I think baggage is the right word, because Duviri had been announced years prior, and then not really brought about. So there was that looming Duviri is coming that new management had to deal with. And so they dealt with it, and they gave us Duviri as we got Duviri. And then they moved forward with their own plans from there. And that really kind of places where the switch really happened. Everything post Duviri was fully new management, from my understanding. Or as good as fully. Yeah. I'm going to say I'd love a Warframe anime similar to Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Explain some of the background. That wouldn't be terrible, yeah. That wouldn't be terrible. We are getting a lot of explanations of lore in the Kim system. But again, that's like discovering a lot through reading, and a whole bunch of that is very much a, you what? It'd be nice if we didn't have to find huge revelations constantly in Kim. It's nice that it's there, it's just that shouldn't be a primary development. Yeah. Anyway, enough rambling. I could ramble forever, but we have reached 2222, and that is too many. So, we're about time on a platinum giveaway. Exclamation mark ticket in the chat if you're not already claimed a ticket for that. Exclamation mark raffle if you have no idea what the hell the raffle's even about. Iggy's already done that last one for you. You'll still need to claim your own tickets. Ferenberg, who knows? Maybe they've gained a lot of skill since then. We can wait and see with bated breath. I've not been involved with the Soulframe beta at all. I've not looked into the details as to how development is going on that or what they're developing. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure with the way I've seen development going that Soulframe would be my kind of game. I'm just not sure that it would be. So yeah. Oh, I got there. Alright, yeah. But it's like, answer the wrong thing, Quincy isn't as keen to develop the conversation anymore. Oh, sorry, that's a two-part message. What's that? Worst, even if you don't do the good message combinations, you don't get the same answers. Like, answer the wrong thing, Quincy isn't as keen to develop the combo anymore. It's tough for some parts. I guess, yeah. What's the next relic? That is the end of relics for today, Labelia. So, sorry, if I've kept you in the squad, I have. Sorry, you two. I completely passed over that. Thank you very much for joining in on the squad there today, Labelia and Clemkiller. Yeah, I've looked at I've looked at the bits coming out of Soulframe, and to be quite honest, it's just not resonating with me. From everything I've seen of it so far, the visuals, sure, visually interesting. I'll be honest, that's the best word I can give it right now. Visually interesting. But every essence of the gameplay I've seen so far has me going, we'll see how it comes together. We'll see how it comes together. So I'll leave that one there, quite frankly. Right, if everyone's grabbed themselves a ticket, I think they have. If you haven't grabbed a ticket just yet, you clearly weren't paying attention and clearly don't want to win. So let's close those entries. We have our tickets. Sorry, Mubba, you're too still on the draw there. If you didn't already have yourself a ticket, you're not going to have one today, but you can always join in on the one on Sunday, because that's going to be a lot bigger. You will not want to miss that one. But for today, the winner of the Platinum giveaway is going to be the one and the only Lord Nightmare. Lord_Nightmare, congratulations, you are the winner today. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. Lord Nightmare, congratulations on that. And given this community, for the avoidance of doubt, that is Nightmare spelled without a K. Yeah. Gone out just to set the winner. Well, good news is, the winner is announced in chat as well. It's why it's set up this way, so that even those of you who have to suffer ads don't suffer everything. Right, with that said though, I think it's about time that we raid on out of here. Let us see, who can we raid on over to today? Oh, it's the immortal question. Let's see. Twitch, categories, Warframe. Who's live that we want to say hello to today? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who do we go to? I don't know. Let's go to... I'm surprised I'm seeing a couple Warframe creators in my list not on Warframe at the moment. That is surprising, but that's fine. Let's drop in on Gaz. Alright, let me just make sure I type this correctly. That should be the correct Gaz if I type that correctly. Yes, I have. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Alright then. Thank you very much for everyone who's joined in on today's stream. I will be live again, hopefully a little bit more awake on a Friday with some more not Warframe. But in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.